And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the welcome to Fed It. Today we're going to break down the O-Block case, guys. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it, baby. Okay, guys, I used to be a special agent of Homeland Security Investigations. This is the arrest paperwork, okay? So here is the booking. Cases that I did mostly were human smuggling and drug trafficking. Those are like two crimes that I'm a very good agent, very strong agent. I did a lot of big cases. I've done Title III intercepts, which is basically listening to phones. I've written hundreds of affidavits to arrest people. I've been a grand jury and testified 1 million times. I've done big cases. And we are back. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fed It. As you guys know, I break down criminal cases here. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new here and you're catching it live for the first time, I'm glad that you're here. And we got a lot to cover today, guys. We're going to be talking about the O-Block indictment, okay, the racketeering case that they are facing right now. And yeah, that title, I was very serious, guys. If King Von were alive, he would definitely be indicted with these guys. And we're going to go over the entire thing. We got a lot to go over. We got 10 plus years of violent activity to break down. And yeah, so let's start with first, we're going to go over. So you guys can kind of understand what's going to happen here. So we're going to start. Well, let me make some quick announcements first. Number one, we got Money Monday tomorrow. So make sure to tune into that. Subscribe to the other channel, Fresh and Fit, right? We had a great week with the people. We had a good week of panelists with the ladies. Shout out to Walt, aka Freshman CEO. Go subscribe to his channel as well. And, check out my guy, Chris, on ACP Gaming. He just made that channel as well. And, yeah. Okay. So announcements out the way. Oh, yeah. And then patreon.com/freshfit right there below down there if you guys want to get behind the scenes content with the, getting ladies, whatever. Now that you guys know that I'm, involved in this career field as well, I get a lot of questions about law enforcement, whatever. So I'd be happy to answer those questions. Yeah, especially whether you want to get into law enforcement, the federal level, state, local, whatever, I have pretty good knowledge on all three. But okay, so let me look at the chat real quick as well. Let's go over the chat. Shout out to all you guys in here, my ninjas. I know you guys are excited for this one. You guys been asking for this one for a very long time, so I got some time together, and we're here. And we got Rooney876. Yo, my G intro is fire. Shout out Jamaica. Yep, shout out to the guy that made it for me, aka Graphics. Appreciate it greatly, man. He just sent it to me right before. Shout out to the Rational Male in the house, aka Rolo Tomasi. We're talking about criminal stuff here, Rolo. No intersexual dynamics. So I hope I don't put you to sleep here. So okay. So yeah, let's just get right into it, man, because we got a lot to break down. I ain't even gonna lie. Cardboard Knife, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Welcome back, King. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys. So FBG Duck, let's break this down. Okay, so we got a RICO case against O-Block, but for you guys to understand how we got to the point where FBG Duck got pretty much killed in broad daylight, right? In a very nice part of Chicago, a very nice shopping area, right? Think of it as like the Fifth Ave of Chicago, or the Rodeo Drive in LA, etc. Culture tuition, $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that greatly. There was a lot that went into this. Okay, guys, these guys have been feuding for the better part of a decade, and it's no mistake that he was killed the way that he was. And when I break down the history for you guys, you're gonna see oh man, it's a very deep rooted hate, guys, that these people have for each other. And there's two main factions here. You got O-Block and then you got Tookaville. And obviously, with that, so we don't go into crazy detail, because there's, just so y'all know, there's a whole Reddit called like Chiracology that breaks all this stuff down in detail. Okay. And there's other YouTube channels that do a fantastic job of breaking it down as well, which we're going to actually react to a video. Shout out to my guy, Trap Lord Ross. He did a fantastic 2-hour breakdown of the murder of FBG Duck. For purposes of not, watching the entire thing, the entire 2 hours, we're gonna go into the most relevant parts of the video that lead up to FBG Duck getting murdered, which then subsequently leads to the federal indictments, etc. But I want you guys to all go subscribe to my man Trap Lord Ross and his other channel, Trap More Ross. He was on our Fresh and Fit podcast like 2 weeks ago. He's from the UK. fantastic job. You know, the guy's not even in the United States, and he does better content than half these guys over here that cover hip hop. So shout out to him. They caught in 4K. We're gonna talk about that too, man. Yeah, they kind of messed up on that one. I got an article that breaks someone down, and then we got Will's Monto vlogs, $10, and then and that was from Dooski, $5, aka not to be confused with Durk's cousin. So all right, cool. So let's introduce who FBG Duck is for a second, right? Because you guys don't know who he is. So okay. So you guys should be able to see this here. Okay, let me make sure the chat is good here. I think I'm doing better with this sharing of the screen stuff. Okay, so this is him, guys. FBG Duck, also known as Big Clout and number 3, a famous rapper and gangster disciple from the set STL EBT. He is the brother of Shell Don, Day Day, and Brick from STL EBT. And Brick is his blood brother, guys. He was actually killed as well. And he's the cousin of Scrap from MOB, Kobe Mack from Taekwon World, Raheem from TH. F46, Lil Mike, and Ruga from MOB. And Ruga, if you guys don't know, has the hit song out right now. They let the GDs in, okay? And we're gonna talk a little bit about Ruga as well. He has a little part of this breakdown I'm gonna give y'all. Then he was signed to Columbia Records. He's deceased. He got a $2 million deal, guys. And he got the $2 million deal after this song right here. This was, let me show you guys some of his breakout hits, actually. Where is it? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys right now some of his hits that put him on the map, so you guys kind of have a better idea of who this guy is. And honestly, I like his music, man. He makes good music. So we got boom, this right here, slide, okay, and I ain't gonna make the same mistake. I'm gonna make sure this joint is muted, okay, and this song right here basically is taunting his ops to come in and slide on him. And for you guys that don't know, slide and, you know, say, hey, you're going to slide, like we're going to go do a hit. You know what I'm saying? So make sure this thing is muted fully. All right. As you guys can see, a lot of guns. All right. Here's Duck right here. Hopping around in the music video with the homeboys, right? Pulls out a gun out of the stove. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a gangster party. You cannot get in. Yeah. So and this guy right here, this is someone also you guys want to know. His name is Wooski. Okay, and he's probably he probably wrote. He probably came out with the most disrespectful song I've ever heard. But we will talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so this song right here is what got him discovered, guys. Okay, this came out in 2018, and yeah, so. You know, here he is with all his people, right? Tookaville, you know what I'm saying? Guns on the counter, etc. This is Chicago, guys. Welcome to Chirac, all right? So yeah, so this is this breakout hit right here got him pretty much discovered and got him, you know, signed to a $2 million deal. FBG Duck, guys, is by far the biggest gangster disciple rapper in Chicago, which obviously comes with pluses and negatives. Obviously, big clout, right? As you would say, but as well had a big bounty on his head, okay? And he has quite the feud with King Von, Durk, and the whole Old Block squad. But so you guys can fully understand this. So Old Block are black disciples, okay? And you know, Tookaville, STL, EBG, these guys are all gangster disciples, okay? So we're gonna go, as usual, we're gonna go into memory lane and we're gonna talk about the two gangs so you guys kind of understand what it is, all right? So they're both out of Chicago. So we're gonna break down the gangster disciples first, right? AKA the GDs. We've talked about the GDs before on this show, but GDs, right? AKA throw the rakes, right? So when people do this gang sign right here, right, that's throwing the rakes up, right? The gangster disciples are an African American street and prison gang which was formed in the South Side of Chicago in the late 1960s by Larry Hoover, leader of the Supreme Gangsters, and David Barksdale, leader of the Black Disciples. The two groups united to form the Black Gangster Disciple BGDN, basically the Black Gangster Disciple Nation. The BGDN divided into different factions known today as the Gangster Disciples and the Black Disciples. Today, the two gangs are bitter rivals. Okay, and Larry Hoover, for you guys that don't know, is the pretty much the leader of the GDs. Kanye tried to get him out of jail, and Drake, I think they did a concert for him actually recently, and he's actually housed right now at the worst federal prison in the United States in Florence, Colorado, sentenced to 150 to 200 years for a 1973 murder. And in 1997, he got a life sentence. And I think while he was in prison, the feds did another case on him as well. But the GDs were established on the south side of Chicago in 1969. Lee Hoover was the leader of his own gang called the Supreme Gangsters, while David Barksdale was leader of his own gang called the Devil Disciples. They later united the two gangs in 1969 and called themselves the Black Gangster Disciples. The Gangster Disciples are active in 110 cities and in 31 states, predominantly in the Midwestern and Southeastern United States, and also maintain a significant presence in the U.S. prison system. The gang has between approximately 50,000 to 90,000 members. Huge. The Gangster Disciples first emerged in significant numbers in Memphis, Tennessee in the 1980s, the first modern street gang to do so. In January 2021, 7 alleged members of the Gangster Disciples, including national state leaders of the gang, were indicted on charges of racketeering murder and in aid of racketeering attempted murder, in aid of racketeering and weapons charges. Okay. Okay. So this looks like it's something new. But yeah, in general, guys, so that's kind of that's the GDs, right? So let's stop sharing that one and let's go over now to the BDs. Okay, so they started out together and they split apart, right? Let's see here. Okay, Black Disciples. Got a lot of tabs open, guys. All right, Black Disciples, often abbreviated as BDN. BDN the third, or BDs, is a large street gang based in Chicago, Illinois, which received significant news coverage after the murder of one of their own members, an 11-year-old Robert Sandifer. And then in 1958, a group of young teenagers from Hyde Park, Inglewood, and Kenwood came together as friends to create an alliance to combat their enemies. The founders, Richard Strong, David Barksdale, Mingo Shred, Prince Old Timer, Kilroy, Leonard Longstreet, Nightwalker, and others, named their new organization Devil's Disciples. By the beginning of 1961, David Barksdale, also known as King David, took sole leadership of the Devil's Disciples and appointed different members to oversee various areas within the neighborhood. Barksdale's goal was to claim small gangs around the area and turn them into factions of the Disciples in 1966 in order to help increase recruitment and counteract threats from other gangs. David Barksdale created the Black Disciples Nation, which helped boost recruitment numbers into the thousands. Okay, so similar to the Bloods and Crips, you're basically aligning to deal with poverty. Obviously, this is the 60s, so this was during the Civil Rights era. So African Americans banding together, right? So let me close these tabs so I don't lose that. So now we got a little bit of an idea of how the gang started. Okay, so now we know Duck is a GD. Okay, and then O Block are all basically BDs. Now, are there GDs in O Block? For sure, but just for purposes of and we talked about this with Breezy, actually. Shout out to 600 Breezy. Are there GDs in O Block? Yes, but for the most part, just to make things nice and simple, because there's BDs also on the Tookaville side. But to make things simple, predominantly GDs and BDs. Okay, is the issues here? Those are the sets that are beefing with each other. All right, and let's see here. And guys, let's not try to be disrespectful and say GDK or BDK, any of that stuff in here, bro. We're keeping this subjective. We're covering both. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a gangbang chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you guys want to gangbang, this is not the place to do that. I mean, why are you keyboard wearing? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Anyway, okay. So let's see here. If I missed anything, I'm going back checking the chat. And then we got Will's Motovlogs. Thank you so much. $5. Motovlogs. I vlog while riding my Harley or crotch rocket. Okay, fantastic. And then we got Sai Get Money. $5. Hit that like button, boys. Yep, guys, do me a favor. Like the video, because this definitely took a lot of work to do. Yo, Myra, should I rent or Airbnb in foreign countries? It depends on where it's going to make you more money. In a foreign country, probably Airbnb, because then you can get it off a tourist, depending if you live in a good area. Like, comment, subscribe. Yep, guys, listen to Will's Motovlogs, and then Dooski. They got Cont 4K. Yes, from before. Okay, and guys, if you just came in, do me a quick favor. Like the video, helps a lot with the algorithm. So let's continue on with this breakdown. So we know who FBG Duck is, right, in general, and now we know who and we know O Block to a degree what gang they're affiliated with, and we're going to talk about this in more detail. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up the video and give you guys kind of the history of how this started. We got a little overview of the gangs. Now we're going to go over the history. Shout out to my guy, Trap Lore Ross, made a fantastic documentary on this, and he's been covering these guys for years. So we got to give the man his flowers and I want you guys right here. So here's his YouTube channel, guys, okay? So you see that big red button there? See, I'm just, right? This is what you're going to do. You're going to go in, you're going to subscribe, you're going to hit the like button, and then you're going to go all, okay? And this is Trap Lore Ross here, okay? And I'm going to link the video. This was a fantastic documentary he did on this. And I spoke with him before, too. I told him, hey, man, I'm going to be reacting to this. And he said, yeah, awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get going here. And this is going to give a little bit more of a background on Duck. And then we're going to go over the history of these two factions and how we got here. Okay, guys? And I'll stop it periodically to add little bits and pieces here. But no one has done a better job of this, because you can go on Chiracology and get this. There's other YouTube channels that do it as well. But Trap Lore is my man. This was a great piece of work, and I want to put y'all on with this. So let's do it. Give me ones in the chat, guys, to make sure the audio is good. I'm playing it on Firefox, so I just want to make sure it's good. But go ahead. Let me know.
FBG Duck started rapping around 2011, long before Von had ever picked up a microphone.
All right, perfect.
Teaming up with other local rappers on their side of the map, forming the street rap collective FBG or Flyboy Gang, rapping with the likes of Lil J, Billionaire Black, FBG Cash, FBG Dutchie, and Wooski. Another name this group would go by is the Clout Boys, with FBG Duck himself being referred to as Big Clout. Now, one of the first things that Duck did in the rap game that got him attention was a music video that he dropped in 2011, only hours after the murder of O.D. Perry, a young man from Parkway Gardens, with O Block literally being named in his memory for OD. Duck from the right.
So there are a couple of significant murders, guys, and there's so many. There's like literally tens of dozens, okay? But the main ones that we're going to cover for the purpose of you guys understanding the history, right, without getting way too much into the weeds, because there's a bunch of other like gang wars within this own gang war. We're going to talk about Tooka, okay? O.D. Perry, aka O, and we're going to talk about K.I., all right? And then we're also going to talk about T-Roy as well, okay? And we're going to you're going to see who all these people are, but these are going to be the murders that are going to be the most significant for the purposes of breaking down this O-Block RICO case. So you guys kind of see how we got here, okay? Because obviously you're not going to run up and kill someone in broad daylight in the middle of the day in a very expensive shopping district unless there was some kind of crazy history in the past, which is what we're breaking down now. But those are the murders that we're going to break down for the purpose of you guys understanding the story, okay?
Hood would release a song soon after to prod his enemies. So the guys from O Block identify as BDs or Black Disciples, and the ones over on 63rd, St. Lawrence, and Eberhart identify as GDs or Gangster Disciples. Now,
and that is why you guys hear Von say all the time, and we're not from 63rd.
Now, I did a breakdown on the history of the BDs and the GDs, going all the way back to the 60s in another video on my channel if you're interested in learning more about the history. But essentially, BDs,
which I summed up for you guys on the Wikipedia,
identify as GDK or GD killers, and GDs identify as BDK or BD killers. Now, it didn't take long for Duck to pick up some attention in the streets and through his music, quickly making him one of the biggest GD-affiliated rappers in the city. There was a period of time where another young man called Lil Jojo put the GDs on the map after releasing a song called BDK, becoming a Chicago anthem for GDs who wanted to kill BDs. Unfortunately, as a result...
Okay, now, Lil Jojo, this person is also significant, guys, because when it comes to Chicago drill, very significant, because this guy was actually beefing with Chief Keef, okay? And this is where I'm gonna do a quick little we're gonna veer off the road a little bit here, because for you guys to completely understand, right, why this even came into the limelight, we have to mention Chief Keef. We have to mention Chief Keef. We have to mention Lil Jojo. So let me stop sharing this real quick. So Chief Keef, if you guys don't know who this is, I'm gonna show you right now. Okay. Literally pretty much the there is no drill without Chief Keef, guys. You know what I'm saying? There is no drill without Chief Keef. So you have to give Chief Keef his flowers. So this song right here, okay, this is what kind of put this is like the first, I would say the first time that like the mainstream media got a taste of Chicago drill, okay? And in this song, right, and I'm gonna make sure this thing is muted, but this is the original, guys. This is 300, not the Rick Ross version on the album. This is the original joint that he's shooting out there in Chicago. And in this thing, okay, he goes, and that's his homeboy, right here, about 128, 129, he says, I'm on that ganja, fuck a Tooka gang, bitch, I'm from 300. I'm 300, okay? Now, to you guys, you think, what the hell does that mean? But 300 is a basically a gang, a BD set that is aligned with, you know, O Block, 600, etc. Okay, and this is, you know, old school raw. This came out January 17, 2012, guys. 2012, 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. It literally, this video just had its 10-year anniversary. Okay, and this came out first, right? Then, you know, Chief Keef started building a wave. Then this comes out. Obviously, you guys all know this one. Hold on. Stop sharing. Share again. Hold on. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna share the screen. Fuck it. All right. Then this comes out. Oh, this looks familiar, right? Let me make sure this one is muted as well. All right, cool. I don't like. Okay, classic. This is what put him on the charts because Kanye West did a remix to this. And I remember when this came out, I was in college. And he's on house arrest for shooting at cops. I think he was maybe like 16 back then. You can see Lil Reese in there. And this song right here, guys, low budget, smoking weed with the homeboys in the house. House arrest, I think at his grandma's aunt's place. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of, you can see Fredo Santana in there. Fredo Santana in the cut. That's a scary sight, you know, as Lil Reese famously says. So, and I wasn't even listening to hip hop at this time, guys. Just so y'all know, I was in college at the time. I was listening to EDM. I was on that Tiesto and Armin van Buuren wave. But guess what? I was listening to Chief Keef though. Okay, I was loving this stuff when I was in college. So, yeah. So this song right here, bro, is what put Chicago drill on the map. And then this song blew up, and then that's how people found out who Chief Keef was. They found out who Tooka was, etc. And we're gonna talk about Tooka and all that other stuff as well. But letting y'all know kind of where this all originated and how this even came into the limelight for you guys to find the Lil Durks, the Lil Durks, the Moo-Wops, the King Vons, etc. It started here. So all right, anyway, so let me close that out. So let's get back to our boy, Trap Lil Ross. So, and then the last thing I was going to show y'all was this right here, this tweet. Where is it? I found it. I had it. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to wing it right now. I'm just share the screen with you guys right now. Share. Boom. All right. So we're going to go ahead and open another tab here. Okay. You just literally go Chief Keef, Lil Jojo, tweet. Okay. Boom. Lil Jojo got killed, and then Chief Keef tweets, "It's sad because that nigga Jojo wanted to be just like us." LMAO, and this is his Glory Boys Chief Keef. Okay, and this was back when September 5th, 2012, right after he passed. So, and this kind of was the first time where people started to see people dissing each other on Twitter, dead people on Twitter. Because remember, Twitter was relatively new back then, and this kind of exposed people to like, oh, these dudes are killing each other and they're tweeting about it too. What the hell? So this is what kind of exposed people to, you know, this whole smoking on people and dissing people on social media, etc. It started with Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It started with Chicago. So okay. So let me hit some of these chats real quick, and then we're gonna continue on. But I had to make sure you guys understood where that came from. So Lil Jojo kind of started he's screaming BDK, blah, 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 gets killed. And then Sosa disses him. And then obviously Sosa blows up after that, aka Chief Keef, and puts Chicago drill on the map, which obviously gave the platform for guys like even opps like Duck, FBG Duck and Wooski and all these guys to kind of come out. The three kings, $5. Have you seen Kodak posting everything he shoplifts on IG? Granted, there's little petty stuff like candy and back scratchers, but I imagine people are watching. Yeah, I mean, I actually used to work as a loss prevention guy, guys, chasing people out the store in Macy's. Hi, Myron, Peace King. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Arsenal fan 13. Really loving these FedEx cases. Are you going to do the HSM Gfredo 7981 Cal case out of Boston? Apparently, they ran this 30-plus man team doing illicit business up and down New England. Yeah, I could check it out. If it's federal, it's going to be even easier for me. The federal cases are the ones that are easy, guys. It's the freaking It's the state cases that are a pain in the ass because I got to find those court documents, and that's never fun. We got, look at those panel of esteemed gentlemen. Yeah, facts. Esteemed panel of gentlemen in these music videos, guys. Don't worry, we got more. But wait, there's more. And then we got John Scott, $2 to join HSI. Should I keep my grades up? Absolutely. Yep. Make sure you get your degree. Christian Worsham, $5. Pumped for this breakdown. Ain't nobody else gonna break this down how you do it. Absolutely, guys. Which is kind of why we're going through the history, so you guys can understand the deep rooted hate that these guys have. So just so y'all know, Chief Keef reps O Block 300, 600. They're all aligned together against, STL EBT / Tookaville. All right. So, and we're going to talk about Tooka as well, and this will all make sense a little bit. So, okay. So let's get back into it. So like the video, guys. Do me that favor. There's already 1,600 y'all in here. So like the goddamn video now. Let's go back to Trap Lord Ross.
His affiliations and actions in the streets, Lil Jojo ended up being murdered in 2012. Being the most famous GD rapper in the city was dangerous, but FBG Duck wasn't put off. After Jojo's death, Duck vowed to keep the BDK movement alive in his music, as seen in numerous tweets.
Yep, so Jojo basically passed the torch as the most popular GD rapper over to Duck.
Being the flag bearer for a movement calling to K all of the BDs in the city naturally made Duck a target for his opposition. And as part of the ongoing war between BD rappers from O Block and the GD rappers from 63rd, rappers from both sides would regularly go back and forth on social media for the whole world to see, with Duck and King Von from O Block having numerous public spats on Twitter going back as early as 2012. This includes one famous exchange supposedly one day before King Von killed KI, a female GD that Duck was friends with. But Duck knew the consequences of—
We'll talk about KI a little bit later.
Being the top GD in his city. He'd been shot numerous times in the streets of Chicago, and his head probably had the biggest bounty on it that had ever been seen over the last 10 years of Chicago's gang violence. And Duck knew it. He lived in fear every day, but he didn't let it stop him. In fact, he told DJ Vlad in a Vlad TV interview back in 2017 that he thought about being killed every single day.
And this is something that I wish that these guys wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? They would just leave when they make the money. Do you think if they release Larry Hoover, the violence in Chicago can potentially go down? Yes. If Larry Hoover comes out and does like a summit or something like that, yes, it could definitely go down. But yeah, and Reese is kind of like this too. Little Reese, who I just showed you guys in the I Don't Like music video, he refuses to move from Chicago too. You know what I'm saying? And he's been shot at multiple times. He lost his voice. Hey, shout out to Mr. Organic in the fucking house, man. Have no fear, Mr. Organic is here. Hey, shout out to you, bro. At one time, me and Mr. Organic were on opposite sides of the law, man. All right.
No, motherfuckers want to hurt me. Motherfuckers want to take my life. Of course.
Oh, and guys, go subscribe to his YouTube channel, by the way, Mr. Organic. Go support him, man. So go check him out. Go support him. Awesome vlog / car channel. And yeah, shout out to him. We're going to bring him back soon on the show as well. You will see him back on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I know motherfuckers want to kill me. I'm a very disrespectful person.
Duck would tell his IG live viewers that he is hood.
Disrespectful is an understatement, by the way, which you know what? Let me show you guys something real quick of how disrespectful he is, actually. There's a reason why a lot of people wanted to kill Duck, guys. And one of the reasons is this song right here. Okay. Jesus. All right. Name of the song is called Dead Bitches. Okay. Official video. All right. Let me make sure this bad boy is muted. In this song, another panel of esteemed gentlemen. Smoking up in the air. That's common. Which, by the way, smoking on ops is started in Chicago, by the way. And guns in the back. Him and the homeboys. In this song, guys, he basically details grisly murders of his opposition. Okay, he talks about J Money getting killed, and he talks about a bunch of people from O Block getting killed. Dooski, etc. Who's Durk's cousin. And the big one is he talks about T-Roy getting killed, who is King Von's best friend. And in my opinion, right, and I think the court documents are going to come out and show it. They don't have all the FBI reports out, but I will get them for you guys, and we will read through it, because this case is still going. Don't worry. I'm going to do a part 2 to this O Block case. I'm convinced that this song was the straw that broke the camel's back. Obviously, they make diss songs against each other all the time, but man, this one was really disrespectful, guys. And he basically refers to all the dead ops as dead bitches. Okay, so this is why they wanted him dead, guys. You know what I'm saying? And he was starting to blow up as well. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say, oh, well, Durk never publicly dissed him, blah, blah, blah. What's up with that? And the reason why Durk didn't really publicly diss him a lot of the times was because he didn't want to give him clout. Because the thing is that with the rap industry right now, guys, the BDs control the hip hop industry. You know what I'm saying? Durk is on top right now. He's a BD. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And they control hip hop right now. This is very similar in New York City as well. You know, the GD rappers, they get blackballed, and so do the GD rappers in Chicago as well. And the reason why the GD rappers in New York get blackballed is because obviously you got the Wu, Pop Smoke popped off. He hit the industry first, you know, was going to take over the world before he got gunned down in LA. And in Chicago, Durk took off. He puts, you know, Vaughn on, Moo up on, etc. And they were able to blow up first. So therefore they had the leverage in the music industry. So Duck puts out this song. There's pretty much no avoiding. You know what I'm saying? He's a very talented rapper. And he was going to blow up. He got that deal with Columbia. This song had hit, and he was starting to build a crazy buzz. The level of disrespect of the song, I mean, look, 34 million views. God damn. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But this song right here, I'm almost certain was one of the big reasons why they wanted him dead so badly. But let's continue on with the breakdown. Let me stop sharing on this one. Okay, we're going to go back to our boy Trap Lord Ross. Are you guys enjoying this goddamn breakdown? Like the video, okay? I'm looking right now. We got almost 2,000 y'all in here. Do me a favor. Like the video, okay? I see 713 likes. Okay, let's see here. Get me to 1,000, guys. If you could get me to 1,000, I'd really appreciate that. All right, and let's do a DJ Vlad, all the people that got booked after the interview podcast. Oh, man. Yeah. The feds do. I did a whole breakdown on that on the Casanova thing on how the feds do watch music videos. One's in the chat from Myron and Mr. Organic ski off out Boulder, Colorado. Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to go back to our boy Trap Lord Ross. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel, guys. Also go subscribe to our boy Mr. Organic, showing love to all the fellow YouTubers. And you know, this is, like I said, I can't give Ross more praise. This was a fantastic documentary. Let's continue on.
To the core. And whilst most rappers have the goal to make it out of the hood, he doesn't plan to ever leave.
Last time I checked, the goal in the hood is to make it out, that motherfucker. Stupid ass people. Not to always stay in there. But I'm a hood nigga, and I ain't running from no motherfucker, so I don't gotta go nowhere. I ain't scared of nothing. Nobody in this world scared me. You all know why? Because the nigga bleed just like me.
It's incredibly sad that even with the foresight that he clearly had, Duck couldn't just put his pride to one side and get out of the city of Chicago before it claimed his life. But in the end, the war in Chicago truly is just one long game of last man standing. And sadly today, Duck is no longer with us, and those accused of doing it are likely going to spend the rest of their lives in prison cells. But I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, what on earth would cause two rival neighborhoods to want to kill each other so bad, to the point where they don't care about getting killed themselves, facing life in prison, or killing an innocent bystander in the process? Well, the unfortunate truth is, so much tit-for-tat bloodshed has taken place on both sides of this war, but it's important to remember that in this story, we're looking at young men who grew up knowing nothing other than violence, murder, and suffering since they were children. Many of the young men growing up on both sides of this war witnessed many of their teenage friends be murdered in the streets by rivals. And with the Chicago Police Department leaving around 60% of the city's murders unsolved, and the black...
And let me talk about that too. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if Duck didn't get killed in the area that he got killed in, the Gold Coast, which is a very expensive shopping area in Chicago, the feds would not have stepped in, and the police would not have taken it as seriously. If you got killed on 63rd, they wouldn't have cared. Because you guys are going to see here all the crazy murders that happened for the better part of a goddamn decade. You know? Y'all saw just now, we went back with Chief Keef all the way back to 2011, and they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, fuck a Tooka gang, bitch, I'm 300. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about Tooka here in a second, which, like I said, was a very significant murder. You know, rest in peace to him. But you guys are going to see this. That's kind of what kicked off this entire situation.
community particularly underserved when it comes to justice, it's almost hard to blame these young men who grew up knowing nothing but violence and revenge. This is a cycle of violence that started over a decade ago, long before anyone had made a drill song about it. So, to truly understand why FBG Duck was stalked to his grave by killers that literally lived only a 2-minute drive away from where he grew up, we have to
See that? Crazy, right?
take a closer look and appreciate the dozens of young men and essentially children who have been murdered on both sides of this war over the last 10 years. And I tell you what, as you're going to see as this story develops, the war in Chicago is much closer to an armed conflict in the Middle East than your typical hip-hop beat.
And all these guys pretty much came from fatherless households, guys. We broke this down with our boy Tommy Sotomayor, the importance of having a father in the house. And this is what happens, guys. You know what I'm saying? You take the father from the home, and this is what happens. We ain't going to make this a F&F podcast, but just understand that, you know, of course, you know, not having the family unit leads to degradation of society, as you guys can see here.
Now, if you've already seen the previous video that I did on the war between O-Block and Tookaville, then feel free to skip this part of the video. That video covered the ongoing back and forth between O-Block and the street crews coming out of 63rd between the years of 2010 and 2014. Tookaville is another name of the STL EBT sets on 63rd, with the name Tookaville itself being derived from another young man from that area who was sadly gunned down as a...
This is a legend right here, Tooka. So, yeah. So everything got a lot of this beef, guys, started from Tooka, who was good friends with Duck and Wooski, and who I showed you guys before. Who Wooski, give you guys a quick little thing here. You know what? No, we'll talk about Wooski later. That's fine. We'll continue on with this bad boy.
Teenager by the name Tooka. You've likely heard his name being dissed numerous times in songs by rappers from O-Block. In fact, as part of the trend of a block being renamed after a young man who lost their life in the war, O-Block wasn't always called O-Block. It actually used to be called WIIC City, which stood for Wild, Insane, and Crazy. But just like Tookaville, WIIC City ended up being renamed O-Block after the murder of young member O.D. Perry. So let's take a quick look back at that video to get up to speed on how the early days of this feud begun, so that we can remember some of the names of those who lost their lives in the early days of this beef, with their memory contributing to the careers of King Von, FBG Duck, and their respective crews.
So quick little recap, guys, on that one, just so you understand. So Tooka, Gangster Disciple, GD, killed, then rename his part of the area Tookaville, okay? And then O.D. Perry, okay? O-Block, killed, named WIIC City, which was originally named WIIC City, aka Parkway Gardens, where Michelle Obama used to live. They name it O-Block in his respect. So you see how two people were killed, murdered from opposing gangs, and then basically their friends remember them by naming the area that they grew up in their name. Tookaville, O-Block. All right. So that's kind of that kind of gives you guys an idea here, because from this point forward, you're going to see him referred to as, it was originally WIIC City, and then STL EBT, and then they changed from WIIC City to O-Block, and then, you know, STL EBT to Tookaville, or they interchange it every now and then.
Now, it's hard to find one cataclysmic event that has caused the enormous wave of beef between these two groups. What seems to be the reality is that some of this beef dates all the way back to high school days, where members from these opposing areas would get into pretty basic schoolyard fights. However, these small, local schoolyard beefs would unfortunately escalate into deadly violence when those involved became old enough to get guns. But all the way back in the early 2010s, King Von had been repping his BD affiliation on social media to the fullest, holding down the blocks of Parkway and showing love to his gang for the entire world to see.
Yeah, bitch.
Dropping the rakes. You see that? Which is, you know, common, you know, you do the rakes like this, like you said before, up, you know, like this is GD, and then he's throwing it down like that. Don't do that shit, guys. Get you in trouble. We got Sai get money, $5. Myron speaking big facts. You can catch a body in North Philly, no one cares. Same thing in Beverly Hills, different story, double standard. Yes, that's very true. It's very true, man. I got to be honest about it. Like, they would not have cared about a Duck until he got, but only because where he got killed. A few episodes back, you mentioned how easy it is to get wrapped up in a RICO case. How did Jim Jones avoid any jail time? Not even the stand. We'll talk about that in the 6ix9ine case. I'll break down the 6ix9ine case for y'all. That's a whole other situation. But yes, it is fairly easy to get wrapped up in a RICO case. First in the chat from Iron Organic. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other big names in the WIIC City BD set include feared supposed shooters like
And you go, Chief Keef took a while, but got his cash, left the game, and invested it, and now he makes cash playing video games. Absolutely, man. Chief Keef's smart. He got the hell out. And he's wanted in Chicago, too. He can't even go back, guys. The police want him. He has a warrant out there. So, you know, he did the right thing, got the hell out of Chicago.
K and J Money or J Munna.
Okay, so very important, guys. T-Roy, right here. The short guy right here. He is going to be a very, very important person in this story, okay, as to what led to FBG Duck getting killed. Okay.
Then, of course, there's King Von's beloved BD bro, T-Roy, who is apparently a bit of a dynamic duo along with Von, with the close bond between these two becoming very relevant later in the story. And in fact, this is the exact reason why even right up until his death in 2020, King Von used to go by the name V-Roy on Twitter. And the fact that he comes from WIIC City is why his Twitter handle still is at King Von from the WIIC. Basically, King Von and T-Roy loved their gang and they loved their block, holding it down with other WIIC City members like Big A, OD, Trey 5, Platoon, Boss Money, Sharoid, Duke, who's actually been mentioned in numerous King Von lyrics, Rah Rah, aka Reezy, and Bosstop, who also became a rapper like Keef. WIIC City BDs were very well known for throwing up GDK hand signs repeatedly to show the world that they were GD killers who were very much indeed down to ride and kill.
GDK shit, man. Everybody got the voice in their hand, man. You feel me? GDK. Broke boys.
So, who were the GD boys that these guys wanted to K so badly? Well, over on the STL EBT side.
All right, so now we're gonna look on the other side, with STL EBT side. So, Control. The feds didn't get involved because of where Duck was killed. It's because the feds were already building a case on O Block. It says it in the indictment. Yes, they were building a case, absolutely, but they wouldn't have been able to build it as quickly, and they wouldn't have had the same urgency to build it had it not been done in broad daylight in that area. You know what I'm saying? And the way they conducted the hit was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying as well, which we're going to talk about that as well. Don't worry, guys.
They were up against a few names who you might know if you're well-versed in Chicago drill culture. The first to come to mind is Jakira Barnes, also known as Key or K.I.
Okay, that's
female hitter who was good friends with fellow member Tooka growing up. Another member was
So this is K.I., guys, and this is like her right-hand FBG butter. K.I. is the one that killed O.D. Perry, aka aka the guy that was named after O Block. It's rumored. Everyone, people would say, oh, it could have been somebody else, whatever, but pretty much it's she was the main suspect, K.I. and Butter in O.D. Perry's killing.
FBG Butter, who along with K.I. were also known as a bit of a dynamic duo dubbed the Twins. Other members actually went by FBG or Flyboy Gang, an STL EB clique more focused on making music, which included other names like FBG Brick, and of course the legendary FBG Duck. Another musically inclined member who repped FBG was Lil J, who lived in STL and would later become more clicked up with them, but mainly had beef with 600 that kind of ran adjacent to this feud. They had Lil B and Wooski, who had actually been dubbed King of the Ops. There was Boss Trell and Lil Doc. On the 12th of January 2011, 15-year-old Shondale Gregory, known on the streets as Tooka, was waiting at a bus stop at the 600 block on East 63rd Street. At a certain point, a dark-colored vehicle pops up and somebody hops out wearing a half mask. Some have said that this person exchanged a few words with Tooka, but ultimately within seconds, they had shot Tooka multiple times and fled the scene. STL member FBG Duck was actually close friends with Tooka, saying that after hearing about his death, he actually ran to the scene of the crime, where in a tragic moment, he even got to see his slain brother before he was taken away.
Me and him clicked. Like, that was one of my real close friends. Like, every day, like, spend the night at his house, he spend the night at mine. And my cousin came in there running to me, crying and shit, telling me, your friend just got killed. You feel me? Then I ran all the way from 62nd and Wabash all the way to 63rd to St. Lawrence. Saved them right there on the floor. You know how that shit go, broke right down.
In response to this tragic loss,
can you imagine like seeing one of your best friends that you like have sleepovers with and you're hanging out with and he's dead, like right there in front of you? You know what I'm saying? As a teenager, can you imagine like the trauma that's gonna cause on you? And then on top of that, not only the trauma is gonna cause on you, but like the rage, because you know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make the one thing very clear, guys. When you're in the streets like these guys are, you know who killed your friend. The police might not know, there's rumors, etc., but you know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because the opposition is going to taunt you and make sure you know that they did it. You know what I'm saying? So think about that for a second. Like, I really want you guys to like really like think about that. Seeing one of your best friends that you have sleepovers with dead in front of you, and you're a kid, 15 years old. Duck was probably right around that age, and the kind of anguish that's gonna put you through. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see here. And yeah, guys, do me a favor, man. Like the video, man. Okay. If you're watching, like the video. We have 2,400 live viewers. Let's get to 1,500 likes, guys. Yeah, man, it'll help with the algorithm, so this stuff can get out there. So yeah, so Tooka gets killed, okay? And this is a turning point here, guys.
STL EBT would rename their hood Tookaville in his honor and as a commitment for revenge. And members like FBG Brick would rep Tooka's memory to the fullest.
Do you represent?
That's Duck's brother, guys, by the way, Brick.
Tookaville? Oh, to the fullest. That's what I do it for. That's what it's always been about since day one. Just Tooka. Like, my homie was 15 years old and he got killed. Never hurt nobody, never did nothing, you know what I'm saying?
As you may well know, Tooka's name has been endlessly dragged in hip-hop over the years. Now, I'm not going to get into every instance or drama over this happening, but the story goes, initially, the GDs from Tookaville, people like FBG Duck, were apparently saying that they were smoking Tooka out of respect for him, a nod to the old story that Tupac's crew, the Outlaws, smoked his ashes in a blunt after he died. But the BD ops from WIIC City immediately decided to flip this and start making fun of Tookaville. The most immediate and iconic diss, of course, was Chief Keef's song 300, where he says, "Fuck Tooka gang." And from here, other members continued to disrespect.
Yeah, he goes, "Fuck a Tooka gang, bitch, I'm 300. And here's the thing, like, I remember that lyric when I was in college, because when I first heard it, I was like, what? And I looked it up, and that's how I found it. And I was like, oh shit, this is someone that actually like passed away. So not only did he say fuck Tooka, he said fuck Tooka and his gang. Fuck a Tooka gang, bitch, I'm 300.
His closest
Extremely disrespectful.
Was a young girl named Ki, but you might know her better.
And also, I want to say this too, even though, that was the first time. Remember, guys, I'm 31 years old. I was listening to Jay-Z, Takeover, Nas, Ether, etc. That was the first time I saw people, rappers, insulting dead people. Okay? This was not something that people did, like rappers did in the early 2000s or the 90s or whatever. Like, Chief Keef, as much as, like, you got to give him his flowers, he ushered in this drill movement, and then he ushered in the whole concept of making fun of people that are dead. And that tweet I showed you guys before about Lil Jojo, that was unheard of back then. You know what I'm saying? Unheard of to use social media to taunt your opposition. You know what I'm saying? So these new rappers, these guys, like, I'm smoking on such and such, whatever. These guys are crazy, this generation. You know what I'm saying? I listen to it, you know what I'm saying? But I could say, like, when I was younger, listening to the Nas and the Jay-Z's and, the Ja Rules and the 50 Cents, etc., they never did any of this. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe, Jadakiss, whatever. They're using lyrics and, like, just shitting on them for their sales or them getting beat up or getting shot at, but never actually insulting someone that was dead. So this was something else that was new that I noticed in hip hop as a trend. And this is KI, by the way, here. I know yes, guys, it is a girl. I saw some of you guys like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, it is a woman that's in here. And I saw someone said that Chicago 88 is in the chat. Shout out to you, bro. Great YouTube channel. You did some really good work on the workup with the O Block stuff. Fantastic stuff. I think you're gonna get featured in this video here. So shout out to you, man.
As the young girl who became a teenage assassin, supposedly racking up 17 bodies by 17. Story goes, it was the death of Tooka that actually turned Ki into a cold-blooded killer. Apparently coached in shooting by her cousin, fellow Tookaville GD boss Trell, and maneuvering in the streets by her older brother Seaball, a bloodthirsty teenage Ki would soon become a bona fide hitter for the Tookaville GDs. Hellbent on getting revenge for Tooka, Ki would eventually find it in the form of OD. At around 11:35 p.m. on August the 10th, 2011, 20-year-old O.D. Perry, respected WIIC City member, was shot and killed near Parkway Gardens on 400 block of East 64th Street. O.D. suffered multiple gunshot wounds, including one to the neck, and was pronounced dead at Stroger Hospital within an hour of the shooting. Just like Tooka, in his memory, the WIIC City B-Deems renamed Parkway Gardens O-Block, in his memory, committing to avenge him. Of course, the likes of Chief Keef and King Von immortalized O-Block, as it is now known today, in their music forever. The killing of O.D. Perry was supposedly revenge for the killing of Tooka, with this apparently being exemplified by the fact that it went down on Tooka's very birthday.
Yeah, so see, August 10th, 1995, that was his birthday, and they killed O.D. Perry on August 10th, 2011, which a lot of the time you guys are going to notice a trend here on birthdays or death days of people that were killed. usually someone else gets killed because basically they go out lurking. As they in hip hop, it's basically like, hey, we're gonna go out to we're gonna go spin the block, you know, which is basically doing a tour around the opposition's neighborhood, and you're gonna try to go and kill somebody, catch a body.
OD's killers were never apprehended, but from here, rumors begun to swirl that this was actually the first victim of teenage Tookaville assassin K.I. And one of the people pushing these rumors was, of course, Lil J, who had apparently shared the following image along with a caption saying, "Shout out to them twins that made O-Block."
Yeah, see, shout out to them twins that made O-Block.
Referring to FBG Butter and K.I. However, for the record, no one has been convicted of this crime, and there was never any proof tying K.I. or Butter to the killing of O.D. Perry. Well, actually, many years later,
and this is and this is also okay. Well, I'll break it down after.
Freedom of Information request did reveal that the cops did officially name K.I. and Bosstrell as subjects on the report. This came after an unnamed informant named them as the shooters in 2016.
All right, let's read this. In July of 2016, detective was contacted by Detective M. Backstrom, who had interviewed blah blah blah. So that's the informant right there. They redacted his name, and CCJ had identified himself as a third-party witness to Perry's homicide. On August 4, 2016, detective accompanied by Detective Backstrom and P.O. Pacino met with and interviewed such and such in Cook County Jail. Stated that he was friends with Rodney Stewart and Jakira Barnes. Okay, so the Jakira Barnes is K.I., guys, and stated they were all members of the same gang, Jarrow City faction of the Gangster Disciples, GDs. Such and such was aware from personal conversations he had with both Rodney Stewart and Jakira Barnes that they had shot and killed Perry. In separate conversations, both Stewart and Barnes had admitted that they had been the offenders that had shot and killed Perry. They admitted shooting and killing Perry. When asked for more specifics, stated that it had been 5 years since Perry's murder, so he could not give specifics as to who else may have participated in these conversations or where they may have taken place. Informant stated that it was common knowledge in the neighborhood that Stewart and Barnes were the offenders. So, and like I told y'all before, when something goes down in the hood, everyone knows who the murderers are. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to know, hey, we killed your homie. What are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Because remember, they're trying to get revenge, and they want you to feel the same pain that they felt. Because remember, this was in retaliation for Tooka. So they're looking for him, and the fact that he would die on Tooka's birthday,
years after they had passed.
Okay, so there's far more killings that happen, right, throughout this. As you guys can see, look, the murder of, you got the murder of Sherrod, Modell, P5, Bosstrell, J Money, and then the murder of K.I. So we'll go to K.I. real fast, okay, because this is significant. Oh, let me minimize it real fast.
Went in that Tookaville video. However, things would eventually catch up with that female assassin, K.I., as she'd be gunned down on April the 11th, 2014. And for 7 years, many people, including myself, speculated on whether King Von had been involved with the killing with some assistance from fellow O-Block hitter Big A. And only after his death in 2021 did Chicago police release documents appearing to confirm that King Von himself was indeed the killer of K.I., with apparently multiple.
Hey, and I'll pull this up. Let me show you a better showing of it, guys. Here, I actually have those documents for you. I got y'all, baby. I got y'all. Okay, so let me pull this thing up. You guys are gonna see how many tabs I have here. God damn. All right. So here we go. So Chicago police released documents that confirm. Shout out to Say Cheese TV, by the way. They put this out. That confirmed King Von murdered one of Chicago's most notorious killers, a female named K.I. Okay, and this is kind of funny. We'll play this.
She had also made a big impression on King Von, even though they were on opposite sides of the gang war.
Gay, she just like she just like me. She's cool. Yeah, she was cool too.
She did get a couple of tweets from a guy named King Von, who's from the rival gang, reaching out to her and proposing she be his girlfriend. We've got them here.
Yeah.
I was trying to up. Yeah, I was trying to us. I was like, damn.
The exact text was something along the lines of, when it's all over with, I'm going to get up in you or something. That sound about right?
That's something. That sound raw. So yeah, I be saying raw. Yeah, I probably did say that. I called I talked on the phone too. Yeah, he.
Okay. So and first, I know some of you guys are saying like Von was trying to set her up and stuff. No, he definitely was. But they had like a very strange relationship where they would flirt with each other on Twitter. Like I'm talking like for hours, threads, talking shit, but flirting. Like it was very strange. But anyway, regardless. So here it is. Okay, so they did a Freedom of Information Act. Okay, so someone did this, I think in Chiracology, the Reddit. Shout out to them. And you can do this, guys. You can do a Freedom of Information Act, which is pretty much you go to the police department or you send a letter to the feds or whoever you're trying to get information on, and if the case is closed, it's not active, they'll give it to you. So in this case, they obviously redacted a bunch of stuff because it's Freedom of Information Act. It goes, and you can see Chicago Police Department, etc. Detective assigned. Witnesses related to the victims were at the location of 6451 South Eberhart, at which time an unknown male, one wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans, approached the victims. The unknown offender then produced a handgun and began firing in the direction of the victim, striking all three. The unknown offender was then observed entering an unknown vehicle, making good his escape. Victim number one, Barnes Jakira, aka this is KI, guys. A documented gangster disciple sustained multiple gunshot wounds and was transported to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where she was pronounced dead by Dr. Crandall at 17:43 hours. Victim number two sustained one gunshot wound to the blah, 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 was transported to St. Bernard Hospital. Victim three, a documented gangster disciple, sustained one gunshot wound to the right knee and lodged 45 caliber shell casings were recovered along with 2 spent rounds. This investigation continues. And then obviously, here, boom, Jakira Barnes. Okay. And then this is King Von right here, guys. This was the offender. Okay, they had him pretty much as the main suspect. 5'7", 5'9", Bennett Devon. This is King Von, guys. Black Disciples, WIIC City, O Block, and then the arrest date. And he was arrested for another murder as well, which we're going to talk about. So yeah, this is and then yeah, this is KI. These are some of her old pictures. Okay, but yeah, she ended up being a very violent shooter for Tookaville. All right, so we're gonna continue on here. Boom. Let me hit some of these real quick. All right, Derek Mitchell. The feds could have stepped in to help stop all these senseless gang violence a long time ago, but it's like they didn't care until it happened near downtown high and shopping districts. Yeah, I mean, I would say that definitely put a little bit more fire in the engine to get shit done. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point now, it's like, all right, these guys are a public threat. You know what I'm saying? They're out here they're becoming even more reckless. So yeah. Peanut Patootie, Myron, please enable sub-only mode. Thanks. It's fine. If people want to troll in here, it is what it is. They're going to troll. Okay, let's see here. Oh, y'all are trolling in the chat. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So, all right. We're going to continue on here. It's fine, Peanut. People are going to troll. It is what it is. All right. Boom. Let's go back to this.
This is pinning Von as the shooter, but the cops ultimately didn't have enough evidence to bring an official charge.
I'm out of some of you guys.
But that wouldn't matter, because only around a month and a half after the murder of KI, King Von would catch yet another body, but this time end up in jail. A story which once again I have already covered in a detailed video on this channel. May 29th, 2014, a birthday party is taking place in Englewood, Chicago, on the 5700 block of South LaSalle Street. And in attendance at this party are 4 men. A man named Malcolm Stuckey, who's chilling at this party with 2 unnamed friends of his. And also at the party is Davon Bennett, better known nowadays as King Von, the rapper from Chicago's O Block. Now, at a certain point during this party, Malcolm and his homies are steady eyeballing King Von, who decides at this point to briefly leave the party. He goes away and allegedly gets his homie Michael Wade, aka Big Mike. Now, Big Mike later told the police that he had gone to this party with King Von with the intention of acting as muscle for Von, who had planned to confront the person who had been mean mugging him. And when Von and Big Mike got back to the party around 45 minutes later, they parked up in an alleyway.
Interesting. Chicago scene 88. Fun fact, the girl getting interviewed, Kai's best friend, knew that King Von killed Kai, but just played along with the interviewer to not snitch on Von. See, I believe it. I believe it because you're better off snitching from this to that will get you in trouble, man. Shout out to Chicago scene 88. We're going to talk a little bit about your content as well, bro, on here. So welcome to the pod, and you know, thanks for giving us that piece of information right there. Yeah, bro, it's common knowledge that everyone knows that that Von killed her, bro.
Allegedly, at this point, they both got out with loaded guns and proceeded to the front porch of the property, where they opened fire on Malcolm Stuckey and the 2 other men. Apparently, they ended up firing over 20 shots.
So let's just slow this down real quick, guys. Okay, so hold on. King Von went and shot and killed this dude for looking at him wrong at a party. King Von really lived his raps.
Malcolm Stuckey was unfortunately fatally wounded in the head. Meanwhile, the 2 other men attempted to flee, one into the house and the other down the street. However, unfortunately, once again, both were hit by gunshots, but ultimately they both survived. At this point, allegedly, Von and Big Mike ran back to their car and fled the scene. But of course, this was a serious charge that neither of them could run from for long. Within a few weeks, they were both in custody. So, King Von would be picked up for murder and end up sitting in jail for around 3.5 years. Eventually,
God damn, 3.5 years in jail, guys. Woo. Yeah. And guys, I'm gonna be modding up some of you guys right now as well, so don't worry.
he would miraculously manage to beat those charges on a technicality. But while Von was locked up, the war would continue to play out in the streets. And with one of O Block's most fearsome hitters, King Von, locked up, the block would be vulnerable to its enemies. This would ultimately lead to the deaths of a number of people who were very close to Von and his friends, who we introduced at the start of this story. In the face of yet more of their childhood friends being murdered, allegedly at the hands of their rivals from 63rd, the young men from O Block, with no guidance, support, and nothing better to do than seek revenge against those who had killed their friends, formed a new gang focused solely on get-backs, getting retribution and revenge for their friends whose lives had been taken. This is the birth of Get Back Gang.
This is very important, guys, because Get Back Gang is who killed Duck. All right? So we'll play this a little bit, and then we're going to talk about the murder of T-Roy, because that's very significant, and then we're going to skip a little bit.
Whilst Von had been sat in jail awaiting progress on the murder charge against him for killing Malcolm Stuckey, rival gangs from the surrounding areas were plotting attacks on the most beloved members from O Block, and soon lives would be lost. On July the 17th, 2016, Chino from O Block, real name Chirino Gatewood, is murdered in a Sunday morning shooting on the 5700 block of South Union, after a car allegedly pulled up with someone asking Chino where they could buy weed before opening fire, emptying the rest of the clip into his body on the ground, with Chino later dying in St. Bernard Hospital. There's been a great deal of debate online about what set specifically had something to do with this killing, but regardless of who was responsible, what we do know is that Chino from O Block was the brother of BJ, hence why he goes by the name Chino Mafia on Instagram. So here we have yet another person from O Block who's lost a relative and is likely burning for some kind of revenge. And sadly, the bloodshed for O Block would continue all the way through 2016, as Big A, the O Block hitter, who is apparently a feared member accompanying King Von to the KI hit, is killed himself, allegedly by members associated with 63rd, being shot in the face at Sammy's Grill restaurant just across the street from O Block at around 3:10 a.m. Big A was thought to be a big bounty for his opposition because of his alleged involvement with KI's death, with him apparently even sporting the new nickname Ask KI after her death, with it even being rumored that one of the shooters that took out Big A is indeed a blood relative of KI. At this point, O Block had already suffered a lot of loss.
So as you guys can see, they're just killing each other back and forth. You know what I'm saying? There is no end
in the streets. But the most devastating of all would come in 2017, when King Von's best friend and one of the most feared shooters in O Block, T-Roy, would lose his life. T-Roy, or Troy, was apparently deep in the streets. He had the word Savage tattooed on his neck and went by O Block Savage on social media, describing himself on video as a real shooter.
Shoot you, no problem. I will fucking shoot you. Yes, I will. So if you see me and ain't no shit, leave me the fuck alone. You don't know if I was on your ass, because I ain't gonna get the motherfucking, looking at you and none of that shit. I'm just gonna scorn you, dumbass. Scorn, bitch.
Bosstop from O Block would later tell Fuchsia's TV in an interview that Troy was a real fearless demon.
Roy just different, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're gonna talk about Bosstop as well. Oh man, he said a little too much.
Stupid.
And we're gonna talk about that.
He's a real enforcer. Like Shorty was right. He was out here for real, you know. Shorty is a savage on all. He's another motherfucker that was fearless. Like, he had no fears. Get back, gang!
So apparently T-Roy was truly putting in work in the war in the streets. Shortly after tweeting an angry face on Valentine's Day 2017, T-Roy, real name James Johnson, would travel to a sports casual activewear store where some have said he might have been shopping for an outfit, while others have claimed that he was op shopping, i.e. lurking in a store that he knows his rivals frequent, hoping to catch and murder them. But the story goes that the person that T-Roy was looking for spotted him first and was quicker on the draw when they ultimately came face to face. Gunfire erupted inside of a store, with T-Roy unfortunately losing his life. Only a brief moment of surveillance video was captured and released, showing the moment that T-Roy was caught off guard in the store by a man and an accomplice. T-Roy would be shot in the chest, later dying at the Northwestern Memorial Hospital at the young age of 23. T-Roy was beloved on his block, with the most successful Chicago drill rappers at the time honoring him in tweets. He was mourned by Chief Keef, Lil Reese, Lil Durk, as well as O-Block members like C Murder and King Von.
Okay, so guys, that's a big deal. You saw the rappers that were showing him love,
who tributed him on Twitter with a
Chief Keef, Reese, Durk, everybody. So this dude was out here really doing shit. Like he was catching bodies for real. He was pretty much Von's best friend. And this right here, this death, guys, is the linchpin of why they went so hard after Duck.
Caption that read, "Rest up T-Roy, real savage." This love was apparently reciprocated by T-Roy whilst he was still alive, because while King Von was locked up, T-Roy's whole Twitter page was dedicated to Von's freedom, with it still looking like this to this day, years after his death. While he was still alive, T-Roy would regularly post pictures of himself and King Von saying free his brother.
And the thing too, so a lot of guys wonder why T-Roy was so violent, and the reason why, guys, is because he was very short. He was like 5 feet tall. I think he was like 5'1", 5'2", something crazy like that. So everyone used to pick on him growing up, and he kind of almost always had to, be extra to get the same respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was such a savage, was because he was so short and so little, and everyone used to roast him for it.
And right-hand man. Of course, King Von was still in jail when T-Roy was killed, with Von apparently being left broken-hearted, breaking down in his cell. Von would later go live and tell the story about what happened the day that T-Roy died and how Von prepared for vengeance.
Hey, what happened? I mean, they just killed T-Roy. Ooh, he what? I'm T-Roy. They just killed T-Roy. I got to break it down on King David. That shit. I couldn't help it.
On King David, on BD. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna notice that they're gonna say on BD, on Phonem. These are all slang terms. You know what I'm saying? The folk, etc.
Niggas, you know what I'm saying? We grown ass men. Oh, hold on, boy, that's my best friend, boy. Somebody just killed my best friend while I'm in jail. I'm in that bitch gonna go crazy. Oh, I'm in that bitch, don't know what's going on. I'm in that bitch getting that. I'm in that bitch getting that. If he get got, there ain't a lot of hope for a lot of niggas. Everybody, before now, yeah. Everybody dying, everybody in jail.
This is when it said that Von demanded revenge, and it was at this.
So yeah, HK is T-Roy's brother. J Money got killed. KI killed J Money and someone else. They ambushed him. They basically set him up. They had a girl show up and they killed him. So yeah, guys, everyone in this photo is now deceased. Let that sink in for a second. Everyone in this photo is deceased from gun violence. Obviously, King Von died in Atlanta. Lil Tim shot him. That wasn't necessarily this beef, but this is what happens on the streets, man. And it's sad. These guys are all in their they all died in their 20s, man, or in their teens. So, yeah.
This point, the get back.
Oh, and then also I want you guys to also understand this. I don't know if you guys listen to King Von's music, but it's very good. It's really, really fucking good. His metaphors, the delivery, the rhymes, etc. He tells stories. Okay, King Von is an amazing storyteller with his rap. I mean, one of the best I've heard in a very long time. People talk about like Rakim being able to tell stories, whatever. This guy's on another level, and the reason why, guys, unfortunately, the reason why he's so good at telling these stories is because he's killed people. He's done what he talks about in the raps. The detail at which he talks about, stalking a guy, doing a hit, ripping him off, whatever it may be. All these things have intricate details that you wouldn't necessarily know unless you were the one doing these crimes. Okay, I want you guys to listen to, Tooka to the Crazy Story, part 1 and part 2 with Lil Durk. I want you guys to listen to it listen to it and listen to it with the lyrics and see the the detail that he has in telling those stories of robbing people, shooting at people, etc. You know what I'm saying? Or him getting shot, like wild. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go check out the music. I'm a big fan. To this day, King Von is my favorite Chicago rapper right now by far. You know, I like the old Chief Keef stuff, but like who I listen to right now, King Von by far. So let's continue on here.
Gang was formed. Tooka from 600 announced on Twitter that there was a lot to come, and blood relatives of T-Roy, HK, Zelmuna, and Slutty would all be eager to see their brother avenged. Now, obviously, given T-Roy's fearsome reputation in the streets, after he died, the opposition was seen celebrating. FBG Duck went live with somebody talking about how they were happy they had gotten T-Roy out of the way.
Look one of my head boy, good, they so happy, you got playing them, cause no folks know proud, they got him out the way. I'm on ride, G. Shut the fuck up. Till a nigga get killed. Till a nigga get spilled. Damn, they on here talking about what you think about T-Roy getting popped. Damn, T-Roy got popped? When that happened? When T-Roy get popped? Damn, somebody popping? Is he dead?
Hey, mods, I know the chat is crazy right now. Guys, do me a favor. We got 3,000 plus y'all in here. Like the video. And then, mods, let me know if you want me to mod up anybody in the chat that you guys think you want me to mod. And we'll keep going on here.
Is he dead? Did he die? Damn, merchant, they popped T-Roy. It must don't be, it must ain't that important shit. It ain't all over the internet. I ain't see it. Shit.
Now, T-Roy was allegedly killed by a gang member by the name of TB, real name Terry Barry, with it being said that he'd been identified by a witness as the shooter in a photo lineup that circulated online. TB would also go on to tweet after the murder, Happy Valentine's Day, and saying that somebody got hit trying to do a hit. TB had actually been pictured numerous times near the murder location, as apparently this was an area that he was known to frequent. This is why it made sense for T-Roy to go there looking for him, but it would also end up, ironically, very close to where he would lose his life too.
Okay, mods, if you tell me if you see someone that you want me to mod up, I'll do it. Okay, A Turzo and Straight. Okay, cool. Yeah, I modded up Power Spying, but Camino. So Camino, Turzo, Straight Fighter. Yo, if you guys are in the chat, comment right now and I'll mod you guys up. I'll continue on with the video. Guys, do me a favor, like the video.
2017 was a bloody year on the streets of Chicago, as we'd see the murder of numerous individuals, which many believe were part of Get Back Gang's coordinated revenge campaign to avenge T-Roy. Members from O-Block would tweet about an entire summer of Get Backs, even suggesting that to them, killing feels like sex. One of the lives lost during this bloody summer was Poppy, real name Sherrod Rhyme, on the 16th of June 2020.
Okay, so we're going to fast forward this a little bit. So Get Back Gang is start going crazy, right? All right, and then they kill. This is Duck's brother that they kill, right? Oh, hold on, for some reason when I have it enlarged, it just acts up crazy. Sorry, guys. All right, so they kill.
And I was like, Duck, I need you.
They killed Duck's brother, FBG Brick.
I don't need you doing nothing stupid. I say, Duck, I need you. And me telling that to my son, he went to that motherfucking studio and went crazy. That pain music out here from 17 up until he got signed.
And that's one thing I want to put. The reason why Chicago music hits guys so hard is because these dudes actually live this life, man. Like these guys are actually holding dead friends and family members in their arms, watching them bleed out and die in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Von lost his best friend while he was in prison. You know what probably burns him the most? Why he went so hard when he got out of jail, like we're going to do Get Back Gang and everything, and we're going to break that down as well, is because while he was in prison, he couldn't do anything, and he knew his friend got killed by his enemies. That's what burned him the most. He was in prison, he couldn't do anything about it, and his best friend got killed. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the few people, when you're in jail, you know what I'm saying? You don't have anybody that really like gives a shit about you, and you got one guy that's tweeting about you all the time saying, free my man King Von, free my man King Von, putting pictures up of you guys all the time, almost every day, tweeting about you. Like, that means a lot when you're in jail, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it means a lot. So for him to have his one like lifeline get killed and he knows who did it, you know, because obviously in jail they're going to talk. You guys are going to see the fury here in a second. Why, like, you know, what led up to all this?
That was motivation from me, because I could have been like, hell no, I want all the motherfuckers dead. I'm finna go kill some motherfuckers myself. Nah. See what God got planned for you can't nobody interfere with it. Because God already written it for your life to be like that.
Now, Duck and Brick's mother is a strong woman, but more on her later on in this story. A little while after the killing, FBG Duck goes live on Brick's Instagram account. Initially, Duck just looked at the camera looking.
So as you guys can see, right, they start killing people like crazy, right? The Terry Berry, like they're killing people all over the place, right? Murder of HK, okay. So they're killing people back and forth. So King Von comes back out of jail. After 3.5 years for that murder charge. Remember, he killed that guy Matthew Stuckey, allegedly, with his boy. So what ends up happening, guys, is the guy that he committed the crime with decides to not cooperate with the cops anymore. He doesn't want to give a statement. However, he talked and he told them, "Oh, I shot the gun." And he ended up getting 28 years in prison. But what he had originally told the police was King Von shot the fatal shot and actually killed him. So he was going to get less time. Von was going to probably get the life in prison or whatever it may be. I don't think Illinois has a death penalty. And he ended up backing out. He didn't want to snitch because, obviously that's going to have serious consequences. He might get out of prison and he's going to have a problem. So he didn't end up talking. So Von is able to get out in 3.5 years.
In December 2017, King Von gets out of jail after beating all of his charges on that murder case. This was apparently the result of his co-defendant Big Mike initially attempting to put the blame on Von, admitting to the cops that he fired shots, but suggesting that King Von was the killer who shot fatally, implicating him.
Mods, do me a quick favor. Put the names right now of the guys you want me to mod. Okay, I see Chantel Z. All right, so Chantel Z, any of you guys that were tagged by the mods to be modded up, comment now so I can tag you in here while I play this portion.
Himself in the crime, but suggesting that he was going to cooperate with the police. Meanwhile, King Von kept his mouth shut entirely, not saying a word for the entire 3.5-year wait for trial. And once his day in court came, because he'd not said a word, Von was acquitted, and Big Mike, who admitted firing shots that night, was sentenced to 28 years, in the end refusing to implicate King Von in court at all, with Von even later dropping lyrics that suggested that a witness had been murdered in the process of him beating his case. So, while Von is celebrating being fresh home from jail, his main opposition are beginning to make waves in the music industry. In January 2018, FBG Wooski drops the very disrespectful track Computers. FBG Duck was dancing in the video.
Okay, guys, this song right here, Computers, I gotta tell y'all, man, this is probably I'm just gonna say it. It was by far the most disrespectful. That and Dead Bitches are the two most disrespectful Chicago drill songs I've heard. It really bad. And you know what? Let me pull up that video real fast for y'all. Because this one comment had me dead, bro. Let's see here, Chrome. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a couple of diss tracks that were pretty bad. So you know what? I'm just gonna, let me just put the whole. Let me close this. Let me just put the whole window up for y'all. Okay, boom. All right. So there's a couple. We're gonna talk. We'll talk about diss tracks real quick. So obviously we got Dead Bitches here, right? This is bad. And then we got Slide, right? We talked about Slide. This one right here. Make sure this is muted. So he gets on Bobby Shmurda's Computers beat, right? And in it, he basically disses everyone that was dead or alive in O Block. And right here, what I want y'all to do, come to the comments and you can see all the people he disses with the timestamps. Little Steve, Black Disciple, Chicago Police Department, TYMB, O Block, Front Street, Brick City, Big A, Lil Durk, Lamron, Ide, OTF Newski, Blood Money Gang / Big Low, which is that's Chief Keef's people, D-Thang, Keta, J Money, Lil Boo, HK, LA Capone, OD, Baldy, Chino, Pluto, 600 Breezy, White, LA Capone again. Like, bro, he even says that, oh, won't LA me in the studio, bitch, I keep the still. Like, goddamn, because LA Capone got killed in the music studio. So, let me. And this comment right here had me dead. I ain't gonna lie. Because this track, guys, is crazy. It goes, when you had enough of everybody smoking Tooka. That dude gets a fucking Don DeMarco for that one. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wrote this comment, Young Sway 2333. Because, yo, this song is crazy. Like, literally, like, when he wrote that comment, like, when you tired of everybody saying smoking Tooka, like, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're running around with the lasers on the guns, etc., talking about spinning the block. You know what I'm saying? It's just and this is, bro, Wooski is very talented. Very, very talented. But this song spawned a very bad get back, which we're gonna talk about here in a second. But I would say Computers and Dead Bitches are probably by far the most disrespectful diss songs I've ever heard. Chicago drill. And this one was really good from a lyrical standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go check this out when you guys are in when you guys are done with this stream. And then also, honorable mention, you got FBG Duck here with Ruga. See, I like both, man. I listen to both sides. You know what I'm saying? I listen to both sides. But I will say that the Tookaville side disses are worse. And I think the reason why is because Durk and Von and all them, they're in the industry. You know what I'm saying? They're more popping. So these guys have to be really, really like grimy in their disses. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Ruga and Duck are cousins. Yes, they are. And Ruga has taken over as the most popular GD rapper now. You know, he has that hit. You know, they don't let the GDs in the door. You know what I'm saying? Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kanye West was supposed to jump on the remix to that. So, oh yeah, I see you guys see what's coming up next, which we'll talk about those songs later. So, okay, let's so we'll stop sharing real quick. So let's get back to our boy Trap Lord Ross. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Also, go subscribe to Chicago 88. We're gonna talk about some of the evidence that came in as well from there. Okay, nope. Oh, sorry guys. Give me 1 sec. Minimize this. I'll read some of these super chats as well while we're okay, so boom. So yeah, Computers literally, you know, the top comment when you're tired of everyone smoking Tooka. Because that's true. Everyone will say, oh, I'm smoking on Tooka, I'm smoking on Tooka. And then he comes out with this fucking diss song and it, man, fucks everybody up that was talking shit about Tooka. Okay, so we got here Christian Worsham. You're killing this breakdown, Myron. Fed boys, we up. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, Christian. Shout out to you for the support. I appreciate it greatly. Let me just make sure. So we're gonna keep playing this thing here. So okay, so y'all know about what happened, right? With is obviously with everyone hates, they hate Wooski, right? Because Wooski is made that diss song. So now we're gonna talk about let's see here. We're gonna skip the murder of Can't Get Right. Okay, so Von and them, you can't make this shit up, guys. So let's. You guys are just gonna see how much of a demon Von and them are.
So from here, after the murder of Dooski,
remember, so Dooski. Okay, let me say this real quick. So Wooski's homeboy Dooski gets killed. Okay, by O Black members. All right, 300, 600, or whatever. They kill him. Which no, actually, I think 600 people killed Dooski. If I'm not mistaken, someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong. Chicago 80. I know you know about this. But they killed Dooski. Okay, Dooski is a good friend of Wooski, so they're gonna have a public funeral for Dooski, and this is what ensues.
It appeared that Get Back gang members hatched a plan to shoot up his funeral because they knew Wooski would be there. But even more crazy, E-Dog and King Von would even FaceTime Wooski a few days before the funeral, telling him that they were going to surprise him.
This your big brother, yeah, you know what the fuck going on. That's your big brother, you know. I wish I could say one of y'all was my boys. We got all goofies over there.
I ain't tell you what to do it tonight on
What's y'all off the courage? What made y'all do it tonight? We go surprise. You talking about tonight. We go surprise, bro. Them bitches out for the free. But you talking about tonight.
Meanwhile, E-Dog is openly tweeting that another Get Back is coming and that they're planning to get rid of someone. And sure enough, on the afternoon of October the 22nd, at Dooski's funeral, a car turns up. People jump out of the car and start shooting into the crowd outside of the church indiscriminately. But apparently, they were looking for Wooski.
Police say they heard a barrage of shots just after noon. They were coming from across the street at a funeral for a local musician known as Dooski the Man was letting out. His real name is Van Treese Chris. He was killed by gunfire earlier this month. Witnesses today heard a couple of shots at first, apparently fired into the crowd. Then many more, several dozen more shots. Investigators have placed markers indicating...
Hey, Gooseland, we're talking about Chicago, bro. Goose Island. This is, we talk about your place, man. Hey, and then also I see you guys want me to mod up A Turzo and Short Cappy. Hey, Turzo and Cappy, comment right now so I can find you guys.
where shell casings are located, but so far they have no one in custody.
Footage was captured in the immediate aftermath of the shooting, which again is probably too shocking to show you on YouTube, but it resembles a war zone. It's truly hard to believe that this kind of thing is going on American soil. 6 people were hit in this incident, and Wooski himself was shot in the head, miraculously surviving. With some initially believing that Wooski had passed, FBG Duck confirmed on IG Live that Wooski had indeed survived the attack. Von would tweet after the funeral shooting that they have won the beef, with Moowop retweeting and agreeing. From here, Von would go on to drop numerous lyrics over the course of his career, disrespecting and making fun of Wooski's shooting at this funeral. With Von's lyrics on the track back again, literally saying that he slides at funerals, shoots everyone outside, and Wooski is going to feel it. It's honestly...
Hold on 1 second. What the fuck just happened there? This goes to show, bro, like the craziness.
He had indeed survived the attack. Von would tweet after the funeral shooting that they have won the beef, with Moowop retweeting and agreeing. From here, Von would go on to drop numerous lyrics over the...
I've been killing shit for too long. I'm like a veteran. Wooski got shot. Now he taking medicine. But anyway, GDK, I be in them buildings where them killers stay.
Course of his career, disrespecting and making fun of Wooski's shooting at this funeral. With Von's lyrics on the track back again.
Oh, this song's a banger, by the way. I ain't gonna lie. Back Again is one of the best songs on that album. But or the mixtape. He goes, I ain't trying to squash no beef, nigga, squash no beef. We into it till you die, real street nigga. At your funeral, I might just slide. Rest in peace, nigga. Shoot up everybody that's outside. Bet Wooski feel this one. I bet Wooski's still twitching. He changed something different. Ever since he got shot in the head, guys, Wooski has not been the same. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't really heard too much music from him. He's been recovering. Obviously, he's laying low because, you know, he almost died, bro. And yeah, like, like what? Like, my man is out here literally admitting to crimes on songs. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man.
At funerals, shoots everyone outside, and Wooski is going to feel it. It's honestly insane to me that Von got away with saying stuff like this. But I guess it was that same insanity and boldness that attracted people to Von's music, with fans throwing on these murder anthems wondering, how could this monster still be on the streets and making music? Only days before Dooski's funeral, King Von had dropped the track War With Us, notable for lyrics that appear to take credit for killing the female driller K.I., a killing that Chicago police would later confirm that Von did. But it would be in December 2018 when King Von dropped his breakout anthem Crazy Story that this microphone murderer would break into the mainstream.
Yeah, this song right here made King Von blow up, and I think you know, after this show, guys, go check it out. Fucking awesome song. He details. Well, we'll continue on, but the storytelling is amazing on a tough ass beat as well.
Crazy Story is a storytelling song where King Von skillfully glides over the beat, using his raps to tell an entire Chicago drill story. The story involves him using a woman to lure a rich man in to rob them, with the story ending with Von shooting somebody. The most notable part of this song is at the end, where Von introduced the world to his regular catchphrase dissing his ops on 63rd.
From 64th to 65th, oh, bitch, we not from 63rd. So that's where it comes from, guys.
And dissing 63rd or saying he's not from 63rd would become a...
And do me a favor, actually. Let me stop the show, goddammit. Guys, like the video, okay? We got mods fighting in the chat with trolls. We got a bunch of fire on the screen. We got our boy Trap Lord Ross narrating a fucking awesome ass documentary for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the goddamn video, guys. Do me that favor, like the video, okay? Let me look at how many likes we're at right now. I don't want to have to stop the video to get the likes up. It helps a lot with the engagement, guys. I see 1.5K likes. Get me to 2K likes, guys, so that we can continue on with this bad boy and, you know, pushing the algorithm.
Huge part of King Von's brand going forward. He'd later be seen selling merch with a 63rd Street sign with a giant cross over it. Now, Von's track Crazy Story was distributed by Lil Durk's OTF, Only the Family label. And Crazy Story was a huge success for both Von and Durk. It's got over 67 million views on YouTube today, and the song was such a hit, Lil Durk jumped onto a remix or part 2 of the track, and with a winning formula, it seemed like King Von would only get more and more disrespectful and shocking in his songs going forward, dissing the deceased and his living ops in his tracks, ultimately
Moon
going
Bentley.
back and forth with
Moon Bentley, $20. Much respect. Thank you so much, Moon Bentley.
FBG Duck in his music and on social media, with their deadly street beef turning momentarily into more of a rap beef. But sadly, Von and Duck's feud wouldn't stay on wax for very long at all. On January the 9th, 2019, Mimo 600 and King Von dropped their collab track called Exposing Me, a song that's notable for its use of the same sample that ended up on fake.
Yep, and this is what I was talking to you guys about earlier.
New York Blood CJ's Whoop-Dee and real UK Blood Bando K's Slide. In the song, Von mentions Wooski getting shot in the head. He says that he's already put in so much work in the street that Get Back Gang tell him to sit back, but he's still strapped. He says outright that he was a killer before rap. He says that he's smoking Tooka and a bunch of other names of deceased people more relevant to the 600 beef. Von even shouts out O-Block's DQ as his shooter, suggesting that he will soon be turning somebody else into a pack. Meanwhile, Mimo 600 disses FBG Duck's cousin Ruger and his deceased brother Scrap. He also disses Poppy and saying that he smokes a number of other deceased ops that we're not really going to go into.
Yeah, as you can see, Tooka, boom, you know what I'm saying, as usual.
In response to this song, just under a month later, on February the 4th, 2019, FBG Duck and Ruger reply with their own Exposing Me remix on that same banging beat. On this track, Ruger hints that SDL and 63rd made O-Block.
Oh, see, niggas talk that shit, but they don't even know who made the O, which is very true because as we know, right, because we had done our research before, KI, right, and Butta, I think his name was, killed OD Perry, aka, you know, the guy that they named O-Block on, aka OD. They killed him on Tooka's birthday, which was August 10th. I have it in my notes here. Yes, August 10th of 2011. So they killed him on his birthday.
A reference to the murder of OD Perry and suggesting that O-Block members still don't know who specifically was responsible, with Ruger going on to drop a lot of disses aimed at
they knew it was KO. That's why Von went after her.
600 members affiliated with O-Block. Meanwhile, FBG Duck says that he'll slide through O-Block, and Duck goes on to diss a whole bunch of other deceased ops that are important to O-Block, like Sharoid, OD, D-Thang, and J-Money. But this beef didn't just stop on the songs, and it soon made its way to social media. In the same month of that song's release, FBG Duck would go live, claiming that him and King Von used to hang out as kids, but saying that Duck and his friends beat up King Von when he found out that he was playing both sides of the war, even going as far to suggest that King Von isn't even really from O-Block.
And pause, they do have pictures of King Von hanging out with them when they were kids. So, you know, it could be true, it could not be true, but obviously this pissed King Von off. So you guys could see, like, there's a deep-rooted hate here between these two, between Duck and King Von. See how it's building up?
Y'all can play any of that shit y'all want to, from Chief Keef to, nigga, you can play Von, whoever the fuck you want. I don't give no fuck. As long as he ain't talking about smoking none of that, you know, all that goofy shit these niggas be talking about. And really be lame as hell. Used to get beat up after school on buses and shit, bro. Too good. Anybody, you want to fight, you want to do it, whatever. Let's do it. I'm Chandel. Especially Von. He know he got his ass beat. Too good. He got his ass beat on the bus. Your ass used to hang with us on Tooka. He flipped because your ass was scared. You're not even from O-Block, bro. Gray, his ass know he got his ass beat. Scary ass was playing both sides on Tooka.
Obviously, these disses were not going to make King Von too happy. But since the success of Crazy Story and coming under the wing of fellow successful Chicago rapper Lil Durk, Von was spending a lot of time away from Chicago and living the high life of a successful rap star. Rather than jumping in stolen cars and doing drills, Von was with Durk jumping off yachts, seemingly surrounded by people who knew his reputation very well.
Yeah, but obviously this still bothered King Von ridiculously. And remember, guys, T-Roy, they wanted the Get Back Gang came because they killed T-Roy, who was Von's best friend, and T-Roy was pretty much like their one of their top shooters. Okay, we're gonna skip right here where it says Lil Durk and King Von catch a case. I will break this case down separately because this is its own other thing. But long story short, King Von and Durk allegedly robbed and shot at an individual, right? So and then King Von makes this song, and I'll skim through this part. King Von came out with the song Took Her to the O, which was a huge commercial hit, guys. But in the music video, he basically makes fun of Duck. He uses like someone that looks like Duck in it, and he makes references to making fun of Duck. And you know, and at the end he kills Duck, and he says, "But because she said, fuck that nigga. He from 63rd." Boom. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it was a diss. And in the music video, he used someone that looked like Durk as well. Duck. So now we're gonna go into the murder of Duck. Okay, guys. Now we're gonna get into you guys. So let's do a quick little recap. Okay, let's rewind it. Before I do this recap, like the goddamn video, okay? Because we just covered a whole bunch. We covered about 10 years of violence right there in one shot, thanks to my boy Trap Lord fucking Ross, who basically made that amazing documentary. But we're gonna also use it for the murder. But quick little recap. So what do we got? We got the BDs, Black Disciples, and the Gangster. The BDs, Black Disciples, and you got the Gangster Disciples, GDs, right? And we got O Block versus STL EBT, okay? And O Block are the BDs essentially, and then STL EBT, aka Tookaville, are the GDs. Now there are BDs and GDs in both groups, guys. Just so y'all know, like, you know what I'm saying? We talked about this in detail with Breezy, but just for, you know, simplicity purposes, we're just gonna say the BD and the GD side, right? So you get Chief Keef blows up, right, with I Don't Like, and then 300. In 300, he publicly disses Tooka. Who is Tooka? Tooka is the guy who basically was murdered at a bus stop. And you know, FBG Duck runs out there, finds him, you know, sees his friend dies. Obviously, that's gonna leave a lasting impact on him. So they want revenge, right? The Tookaville want revenge. They after he's killed, they named their side Tookaville. What did they do on Tooka's birthday? KI and another guy go and they kill OD Perry, aka OD. After he dies, they've named WIIC City O Block. Okay, so boom, we got those two staple murders there, right? Then from there, the violence just erupts, and we got tens of dozens of guys of people getting murdered, right, over this gang war. Fast forward, King Von and FBG Duck start to get into the music industry, start making names for themselves, but the childhood issues don't go away, and every person that dies on each side makes them hate the other guy even more and more so, and obviously destroys any type of potential squashing of beef, because this is real. These are friends dying, guys, every other week, every other month, etc. So he goes, okay, all right, bro, cool. You can make your own YouTube channel and report on it, but I just literally showed you the discovery, and the police had her as the primary suspect with the other guy. But all right, man. All right, cool. So let me see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. We got Moon Bentley. Mods have confused me with being a hater and basically banned me everywhere else, so I'm gonna just show my support through these super chats. I've exposed your content to many of my friends, and I really believe y'all making a positive impact. Thank you so much, Moon Bentley. Just keep it respectful, bro. We don't mind a little bit of criticism. Just keep it respectful. Myron works very hard. Thank you very much. Michael Mitrok, you the man, bro. So, and then what else do we got here? We got $10 from the Three Kings. I had to walk away for a few minutes, so I don't know if you read my last chat, but did you see Tommy Sotomayor had a back and forth with FBG Duck's mom and a few different Chicago gang members? Yeah, I didn't see it, but I know he had talked with her. I know he had talked with her. Let's see here. Who else do we got? And we got all right, cool. I think I'm caught up here. Thank you guys so much for all the support. There's 3,100 of you guys in here. Get me up to at least 2K likes, man. That should be easy work. Just like the video, bro. Let's see here. What are we at? We're at 1.6. Guys, get me to 2,000 likes, and then we're gonna get into the actual murder. Get me to 2,000 likes, and then I'm gonna play the part of the murder. And remember, I still got court documents I gotta go over. We ain't done yet, baby. And I'm gonna do a Q&A after this bad boy. Damn, I was supposed to meet up with a chick too, man. God damn it. Fuck. Well, it is what it is. We gotta work, right? So so I'm probably gonna miss out on some box because you guys. So it is what it is. So like the goddamn video right now. All right? Like the video. It ain't easy doing these things. Also, subscribe to my boy Trap Lord Ross. I'm gonna pull up his channel for y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show love to the other people that support you too, man. He came on our podcast. This is a good friend of mine. We talk on Instagram fairly often. Good dude, Trap Lord Ross. And here's his channel as well, right? Hit that big red button. And he also has another channel as well, guys. Trap More Ross, okay? Subscribe to this YouTube channel as well, guys. All right? See, and he puts content all the time. Check him out, man. Really great content creator. A lot of respect for this guy. So, all right, if you guys want me to get into the murder now, I need you guys to like the video, because I haven't even gotten into the sauce yet about how we're going to talk about how, you know, the actual case. I'm going to read the indictment with y'all. I'm going to explain what RICO is. We're going to get into all that juicy stuff. But I need you guys to like the video right now, okay? And let me see here if I need to mod anyone else up. Let's see here. What are we at right now? We got 3,000 watching. I need you guys to get me to 2K, and we're going to continue this breakdown. 1.8. I need 200 more likes, guys. 200 more likes. Not that hard. Just hit that like button, okay? Because I'll tell y'all this, man. O Block. FBI! That was not, yeah, it's not looking too good for them, bro. But like the video right now, guys. What do we got here? We got, we're at 1.8, 200 more likes, guys. 200 more likes, then we're going to continue on and we're going to actually go over the murder. And then also, shout out to Chicago 88. We'll probably, there's going to be some content that's going to come up from him as well. James NYCGK. Sad thing is it never had to get this bad. I don't condone what these children were doing in their streets, but Chicago PD needs to take blame too. Yeah, bro. I mean, Chicago PD is severely understaffed. A lot of crime. Like, yeah, 100%. I agree. But, you know, it is what it is. A lot of major cities are like this. Hey, Turzo, Myron, someone put me on timeout when you asked for me. Mind me up if you like to. Fed it taking over. Thank you so much, Turzo. I appreciate that. I like turtles, $5. Drake will have to get a case before Myron does a breakdown on rapper whose music doesn't like LMAO. Okay. And then we got here Sunny Ball in 1. What up, Myron? Finally got a chance to catch a live. My tuition for the gems. DJ Ak got a good one coming. Yep. Absolutely. Shout out to DJ Akademiks. Let's see here. I want to make sure I don't miss any of you guys. Lord Khalik. Chief Keef doesn't get enough acknowledgement for dropping war, which he was essentially banned from Chicago for. Yes. Yes, he is definitely banned from Chicago. Let's see here. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate the support. But yeah, like the video, guys. Like the video now. It helps with the engagement. And I know you guys are probably wondering, yo, Myron, why do you need the likes?
That was easy.
The reason why is because it helps with the engagement, guys. It helps push the video out to more people so they can find this content and then sub to the channel, and it helps grow, man. You don't have to support, with a super chat or anything like that. Just like the video. That's all I ask, man. Just like the video, get it up so that we can continue on with the show. Otherwise, get over here. And then I gotta force you to like the video by playing these goddamn sound effects. And I know you guys don't want me to do that. You know, I've been getting a lot of complaints about these sound effects, but all I gotta say about the people that complain about the sound effects,
it doesn't matter what you think.
Welcome to Fed It, baby. The most immature former federal agent ever known. Yeah, 100 likes, guys. Give me 100 more likes, and we're gonna hit 2,000. Then we're gonna continue this bad boy going. All right. Let's see here. We're probably at 1.9 by now. Let's see. 1.9. We're almost there. Like the video. Don't be stupid. And like the goddamn video. All right, because we got some more stuff to talk about, man. These dudes shooting up funerals, shooting up freaking nice shopping places, etc. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want me to continue the show, I need you to like the video and give me a
hell yeah. What?
Yeah, it's very easy, man. We got a lot of haters right now. Okay, we at 2K now. Shout out to my boy Gooseland. Thank you, man. Goose Island, for letting me know. He's actually from the Shy. All right, let's continue on with the video. Now we're gonna get into the murder of FBG Duck. All right, guys. Rest in peace.
On the morning of the 4th of August 2020, the members from O Block are chilling on their block, openly selling weed, or Tooka and Zaza as they call it, and discussing their operation to a camera recording live.
This is my dog on King David. On B, that's my roadie. Hold on, man, I got Zaza. King David, nigga.
That's Muwop right there.
Big bag of that shit.
One of the shooters.
Big grocery bag of that shit. You got in your bag, bitch. That man, you know that man. What you got over here, folks, on King David? Everybody got his bag.
All I gotta say is, admitting to drug trafficking on Instagram Live with your face and the drugs in place.
You stupid.
Let's continue on.
Because of the big whipper, nigga, really doink, nigga. That's all we do, we smoke. Big smoke, nigga, on BDN. Yeah, motherfucker, that's my son on Chain Dave right there on BDN. That's my son on phone now.
Look how much money y'all made today. Another 100K nigga. I just came outside like 30 minutes ago. No exaggeration.
Oh man, if I was DEA, I'd be excited right now. If I was like a narc or something like that, like, obviously, I ain't gonna lie. Feds don't give a fuck. They're probably selling some fucking street level bullshit, marijuana, or whatever. I wouldn't give a fuck. If I'm Chicago PD, fucking narcotics, I'm just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, I'm getting in that fucking squad car. I'm like, heading over to fucking those O Block, man.
I remember those 30 minutes. It's like 1,200. I still got Tooka and bread. We got that shit on us, boy.
It's clear that the guys from O Block had absolutely no worries about committing crimes on camera for all to see. And later that day,
you guys think this selflessness is bad? Wait until after they kill Duck. Oh, Lord!
We would see just how far they were willing to take this truly reckless attitude. 4 a.m. that same morning, FBG Duck wakes up in a bad mood, making a Facebook status suggesting that he was angry about the murder of his brother Brick, hoping that he bumps into the killer. Little did he know he would do just that very same day. Because on the afternoon of August the 4th, 2020, less than 1 month after the release of FBG Duck's incredibly disrespectful song, Dead Bitches, Duck goes shopping in the Gold Coast, a place that's been described as the Rodeo Drive of Chicago, a luxury high-end shopping district and a high-profile tourist area. And it was here that FBG Duck must have been located by his enemies, because while he's shopping, 2 vehicles end up here 30 minutes away from O Block, arriving.
Oh, look, bro, not only that, we're going to talk about the how fast they got there and some other stuff after, okay? Because some new information came out like 2 days ago, and we're going to talk about that as well.
Directly outside where Duck is shopping. At about 4:37 p.m., Duck is confronted outside of the Dolce & Gabbana store by around 4 masked individuals who hop out of the car, opening fire. Duck pulls a gun and tries to return fire, but it...
That's the same gun, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw. That's the same gun that he had in the song Dead Bitches.
Jams, falling to the ground along with Duck himself.
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, see? Look, I see. I didn't even notice this. Okay, yeah. So, because I had read somewhere in a Reddit that he had the same gun from that music video. And guys, this is why you make sure you clean your gun. Like, real talk, real fast with gun safety. Always, number 1, go to the range, practice. And then number 2, clean your gun. You must clean your gun. If who knows if his gun didn't jam, and you guys can see the slide is pushed back a little bit. It's out of it's out of battery. So you can see right here that it jammed. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, anytime a gun jams, by the way, guys, tap rack, baby. You know what I'm saying? Tap rack, okay? Or fucking dump out the magazine and use another one. You know what I'm saying? Tap rack every single time when that bullshit happens. So clean your gun, guys, because you never know when you're in a situation like this where it's life or death. Who knows if he was able to return, to have some return fire if he would have been alive today. You know what I'm saying?
As bullet after bullet is fired into his body. Duck is shot numerous times, with some outlets even reporting that he could have been shot as many as 38 times. And he's left to die there by the shooters, who immediately flee the scene in their cars. A man and a woman that were standing with Duck at the time of the shooting are both injured, but luckily survive. At this point, scared and confused members of the public begin to crowd around Duck's body, with some even videotaping the aftermath of this terrible crime. Eventually, a 12-minute video is uploaded in its entirety, depicting the aftermath of that incident, where...
And I see some of you guys in the chat saying I need to clean my gun. Go clean your gun, guys. If anything, learn from this situation. Clean your gun. You never know when something can happen and you need it, man. Clean your gun. I might do a goddamn video for you guys on teaching you how to clean your gun and how to take apart a Glock and all that other stuff. I might teach you guys how to do that. If you guys want me to do that, give me a 1 in the chat. If you guys want me to teach you how to take apart a Glock and clean it and everything else like that, I could do that for y'all. Give me a 1 in the chat if y'all want it. But yeah, man, clean your gun, man, if anything. Because he had his gun right there, man, with an extended mag. Who knows what if he would have been here today if his gun was cleaned. You know what I'm saying? 99% of the time, or he might have had a non-factory magazine. That's another thing. Guys, do not use these fucking weird-ass extendo mags that are long that aren't made by Glock, okay? Always use the manufacturer's own magazines. Don't use no bullshit aftermarket stuff. Always use the stock. Always use the stock. Okay? So you don't deal with jams or any of that other weird stuff. And here's the thing, even with the stock, you might get jams, but the chances go down. Okay? Keep your gun clean. Use good magazines that are high quality, that are made by the gun manufacturer. If you got Glocks, use Glock magazines. Okay, you got a 6-hour, use 6-hour magazines. Don't use anyone else's bullshit, cheap, China-made magazines. Use magazines for your gun. And the reason why I want you guys to know is because he could be alive today. You know what I'm saying? If he was able to return fire. Who knows?
Duck lays there on the ground for an extended period of time, fighting for his life. This video is far too shocking to show you on YouTube, but once again, it really drives home just how much destruction these killers were so willing to inflict on the streets that they live in and upon the...
Someone asked about drums. You can get drums, but make sure they're from the manufacturer. And I don't know if a lot of if Glock makes drums, like, I don't know if they do. They might, but it might be tough for you to get it, and depending on what state you are.
Fellow citizens who lived there alongside them. Duck's mother would later claim that the police actually stopped the ambulances getting through, preventing Duck from receiving medical attention in the adequate time frame.
They even blocked the ambulance off from getting to him. See, that's what they don't want the world to know. But I'm gonna tell it, and I'm gonna get justice for my son.
After Duck's killing, this brazen, broad daylight shooting made international news, with reporters comparing the killing to the slaying of Chicago mob bosses back in the 30s.
On August 4th, 2020, it looked like an old-time outfit attack here on Chicago's Oak Street. 2 attack cars, 4 shooters, and a hail of bullets. But the target wasn't a 1930s gangster. He was a new millennium rapper, FBG Duck.
Considering how publicly this murder was carried out, there was an insane amount of media attention around Duck's death. And according to his own mother, Duck had been reported dead on the news before she had even had an opportunity to identify her son's body.
The news actually announced he was dead before I can even go to the hospital.
But even more chilling than that is the fact that Duck's mother witnessed people finding out about the news on the street and clapping in joy.
Somebody actually clapped in the
Crazy, right?
crowd when they pronounced my son being deceased. I hit the floor. I couldn't believe it.
Adding even further insult to Duck's family in this horrible time, the mayor of Chicago came out with a statement saying that Duck fancied himself as a rapper, but was really just a gangster. Clearly not aware of the work that Duck was doing to improve his life or the pledge that he'd made his mother after his brother's death to focus on the music rather than the streets. Now, people made a lot of the fact that this happened in such an upscale and upmarket part of Chicago, far from the rundown hoods where this beef supposedly originated from. One article spoke of Duck bringing a street fight between the have-nots into turf controlled by the haves.
God damn. All right. Marisank, I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong. Those extreme extended mags always jamming those guns. They must be clean. Love the content, Myron. Keep with the good work. I clean my gun off. And absolutely, you gotta, man. You gotta, and as a woman, you should definitely have a gun, man. These motherfuckers are crazy out here. And then, because, and that's the thing, you ain't gonna be able to overpower a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big advocate of women carrying guns. Not trying to get off topic, but I'd be interested in your opinion on the feds kicking in the door of a journalist named James O'Keefe's, not now, but later. Yes, I will break that down as well. I did hear about that. I know he went on Timcast and talked about that. All I'm going to say about that one is if the feds get a search warrant for your home, bro, you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need a lot of probable cause to get a search warrant for your home, bro. That's one of the highest thresholds of Fourth Amendment. So I'm not saying he's guilty, but what I'm saying is that they had to have overwhelming evidence to get a search warrant for his home. All right.
Suggesting that these drill rappers are so-called have-nots that usually just kill each other on the south side of the city where nobody cares. Going on to say that these killings are being done for clout and comparing all of the white people standing on the street watching Duck die to the movie Hotel Rwanda. And going on to say that because of the socio-economic implications of Duck dying in this way, in this location, meant that there would be no way that his killers would evade justice.
And that was true, though. Yeah, that was speaking facts, unfortunately, even though that's terrible to say it like that, but that is the truth, man.
This is something that Duck's own mother once again echoed in a Vlad TV interview.
They want justice for my son just as well as anybody else because they feel they're not safe. If this can happen down here.
Duck's mother also vowed to get justice for her son.
I want them prosecuted. If they did, they're not gonna do nothing.
But for over a year, there was no justice, as Duck's killers evaded all consequences for what they had done. But even more shocking than that, they weren't quiet about it either, running free in the streets and on social media, soaking up every single drip of clout that they could just for being involved in this horrific crime. It's no coincidence that following the murder of FBG Duck, that the cops had several cars watching over O-Block. They were apparently there to stop retaliation attacks, with warnings being issued in the local community that young people should stay off the streets because bullets are about to fly. The cops knew where the bullets that had killed Duck had been sent from, and it was a safe bet that some may be sent back in that direction soon after. But the thing is, building the actual case to catch the people that killed Duck would take some time. But fortunately, those who were involved in the crime would begin dropping crumbs and clues from the very moment that they got back from the hit. The very day that FBG Duck is killed, C Murder from O-Block posts a picture of himself to Instagram Instagram doing the GD killer hand sign with the caption "Anyway GDK," a reference to a King Von lyric. Meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, soon after Duck's killing, Lil Durk went live on Instagram whilst getting off of a private jet. He didn't really say anything, but the comments are crammed with people.
And I'm gonna talk about Durk at the end in my predictions. Yeah, but just pay attention to this, guys. He was very intelligent about making sure that he was nowhere near the area.
People mentioning that FBG Duck was just murdered. Of course, Durk was conveniently out of Chicago whilst this happened, something he had made publicly clear on Twitter only hours before the hit took place, with Lil Reese also sliding in on the alibi too. Now, a lot of people speculated that Lil Durk going live so soon after Duck's murder was a calculated move to show the world and the authorities that he was indeed far away from the crime when it happened, the perfect alibi. But on the flip side, Durk would also go on to tweet "Rest in peace Dooski," his cousin, only an hour and a half after Duck was killed.
Who was killed by Duck's people, by the way.
So clearly, Duck's passing meant something to him. And the day after Duck's death, King Von would release his song with Lil Durk, "All These N-Words."
That song is tough, I ain't gonna lie. But releasing it the day after.
It doesn't have any specific lyrics pertaining to Duck's death, but the timing can't be ignored, and of course it's filled with King Von rapping about having bodies from way back. The fact that they went ahead and still released this in spite of what was going on just goes to show you there were really no plans for O-Block or their affiliates to keep quiet after this event had played out. And the same day that that song drops, Memo600 is seen smoking a blunt on IG Live, whilst all the comments ask if it's Duck that he is smoking. And he confirms this by showing off a custom Duck Cali pack.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
But he wasn't the only one showing disrespect. 600 Breezy dropped a snippet of an FBG Duck diss song, pondering publicly whether he should still release it even though Duck is dead. But it was exactly 10 days after Duck's murder, on August the 14th, 2020, when King Von is seen in Atlanta at the Icebox Jewelers, picking up a number of diamond-encrusted custom O-Block chains for his goons, even posting a handy list of names who would receive these chains next to it. Now, I don't know what was engraved on every single one of these personalized chains, but taking a closer look at the backside of Von's personal extra-large O-Block chain, we can see what this is really about, because it's engraved with the names of 9 fallen O-Block associates, along with a crosshair, the number 64, the old name for O-Block, WIIC City, and the tagline, O-Block for life.
Now, what you guys are going to start seeing now is going to be a lot of circumstantial evidence. So let me break this down for y'all real fast, and we're going to continue on with what we got going on here. So let me see if I can, boom. Yeah, okay. So, okay. So circumstantial evidence, guys, is basically evidence that when it's by itself, I'm going to put it like a very simple way to put it, right? Evidence when it's on its own is trash, but when you put it together with other pieces of circumstantial evidence, start to get stronger and stronger in weight, okay? Watch my YNW Melly case. I break down in there circumstantial evidence because, long story short, cliff notes, YNW Melly gave the police a certain story, his buddy YNW Bortland gave the police a certain story. The police systematically destroyed that story with circumstantial evidence that showed there was no other way that the two people, aka YNW Melly's best friends, would have been killed in a drive-by shooting. The only way they could have died was by being shot in the vehicle, and they were able to establish that the shots came from the exact location where Melly was sitting in the vehicle. And they had a bunch of little pieces of evidence that were all circumstantial in nature, but put together create a damning piece of evidence. And that's why I basically concluded there's no way Melly's going to beat that case if he goes to trial. He's going to have to plead guilty. So what you're going to see from this point forward, guys, is circumstantial evidence, okay? And this is an example of it, all right? What you got here is a chain, right, that has the shooter stuff on it.
20, when King Von is seen in Atlanta at the Icebox Jewelers, picking up a number of diamond-encrusted custom O-Block chains for his goons, even posting a handy list of names who would receive these chains next to it. Now, I don't know what was engraved on every single one of these personalized chains, but taking a closer look.
So look, you got the little shooter thing here. Long live. He has all the dead, all the people that died, right? OD, Platoon, Sherwood, etc. J Money, T Roy, right?
At the backside of Von's personal extra large O-Block chain
with the little crosshairs here. Long live. We're shooters, etc. So this is where you start to get into the circumstantial evidence, okay? And not to mention the mountains of we didn't even talk about all the evidence from before that I showed y'all before, the 10 years of police reports, etc., of hits and everything else like that from Chicago Police Department, which FBI obviously has access to.
We can see what this is really about because it's engraved with the names of 9 fallen O-Block associates, along with a crosshair, the number 64, the old name for O-Block, WIIC City, and the tagline O-Block for life. Von himself had this extra large O-Block chain, whilst the smaller ones were distributed to other members. This includes several people who are now in custody for the murder of FBG Duck. People like C-Murder and Moowop, who was seen flexing his new chain extensively on IG.
Moowop was one of the guys that got arrested, and we got something funny on him later on.
And we saw the likes of DQ being gifted his chain personally by King Von. Now, for the record, Von had been planning to give his hitters chains for several months before the murder of FBG Duck, even being seen on social media consulting with his crew about the chains all the way back in May 2020.
You hear me, young?
Yeah.
White gold, yellow gold, or rose gold?
I say white.
Yeah,
white gold. You know how that shit by me, white.
And even custom designing them at Icebox before Duck's passing. But it is slightly curious that we didn't start seeing the chains getting shown off until 10 days after Duck's murder, when a full video about them was released on Icebox's YouTube channel, where we see King Von basically explaining that specific chains are to be customized for specific getbacks, with the vengeance of Shoroid apparently corresponding to a Shoroid squad chain.
One just put this 1992 to 2012.
Okay, who's that one for?
Shoroid squad.
I want to know the name.
Yeah, I know. C-Murder.
And then you just, how do you spell this? C-H?
Right, so he's getting these chains for his homeboys, right?
A couple days later, Von was on IG Live with DQ in a
and then also he goes to O-Block, guys, shortly after the death. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, and he splits 100K with his team.
Yeah. You know, you know,
but white be something nice now. Boy, look.
Yeah. Gang. Huh? Gang. Where my little showing them at? Why you turn up?
Now, again, guys, this doesn't mean that he paid them for the hit, but this is all, it doesn't look good when it's put together. See how circumstantial evidence builds? It's like a snowball. As you get more and more of it, it becomes more and more damning, and it starts to become bigger and bigger, and then it hits you, and then fuck, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Right? And he goes back to O-Block with all this money. You know, these are people that have probably never seen this amount of cash in their life, guys.
With the same way. Walk, kill 2 birds, 1 stone. Walk, same way. Same.
You need a meal as soon as you get back on the block. You know?
Ain't got no meal on there. Get that chain in that meal.
I will say this, you know, obviously, Durk, you know, I mean, Von used to go back all the time and show his hood love. You know what I'm saying? That's why they loved him so much.
It's Lil Steve. They got Lil Steve in the feds. Where you at? What you on, Lil Steve?
So anyway, yeah. So let's go back.
Unable to help himself but mock the ops just a little bit, telling his
so after so you know, so we got the chains, we got the money, right? Want to get into Hotshot trucking without a CDL? Let's go. Great videos, fed it. Thank you so much, Hotshot Haven. Appreciate the support. And also, guys, do me a favor, like the goddamn video, man. Okay, I think we're at get us to 2.5K likes, man. If we can get up to 3,000, I'd be very happy with that. That'll bring us up to almost 100% engagement, which will be very important. So like that goddamn video. All right. So we know about the $100,000 now. We looked at the chains. Okay. Now, like I said, this can be construed as payment for a potential hit. Remember, even if Duck was alive prior to the money being dispersed, it can still be looked at that way. You know what I'm saying? So he buys the 10 chains. Now, Bosstop fucks up. All right. let's go to the Bosstop interview.
But it does make you wonder why only less than a month after a gangland murder in the middle of a busy street that these guys are inviting vloggers to their block to record them. And so it was in this very interview that
Bosstop fucks up. Here we go.
Duck, you know, any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him? Who Duck? Did you know him before? Like everything?
Like that. I don't know. On game. All I know, don't say that shit about Troy or rest in peace, Duck. Okay, he's like, you got anything about FBG Duck? You know what I'm saying? You know, don't say shit about Troy. That's it. Don't say shit about Troy. Get that guy over there. Whatever, you know me. Come on, man. Don't do that. I don't do that. You know I know that. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Y'all saw that? Let's enlarge this bad boy and do it one more time. Oh man, I know them FBI agents was in that fucking field office like this. This nigga, man.
So do you got any, I don't want to, you know, stir up nothing, but you got any like thoughts like on FBG Duck, you know, any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him? Who Duck? Did you know him before, like everything?
Like that. I don't know. On game. All I know, don't say that shit about Troy.
Well, I know, don't say that shit about Troy. Remember, guys, the song, what I showed y'all earlier, Dead Bitches. He talks about Troy a lot, T-Roy, okay? Remember, T-Roy is very respected in the old block. All the rappers shouted him out when he passed away. He was a real hitter. So obviously his murder was a big deal. That is what spawned the Get Back Gang, a.k.a. the guys that went after Duck.
Or rest in peace, Duck.
With a smile on his face, laughing.
Okay, he's like, you got anything about FBG Duck? You know what I'm saying? You know, don't say shit about Troy. That's it. Don't say shit about Troy.
And as you can see,
get that guy over there. Whatever, you know me. Come on, man. Don't do that. I don't do that. You know I know that. Stop playing. Stop.
Whoop. Zip your mouth, bro. Shut up. Literally, he's in the back like, bro, what are you doing?
Shut up, bitch.
Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, don't do that.
Talk to somebody else today. I know what.
Yeah, that's an L. Okay. So, Jesus. All right.
Top from O Block would post up in front of the camera telling the vlogger that he's willing to answer.
All right, so we're gonna he gives that interview, right? And then just so y'all know, I'll just say this real quick. We don't have to watch it, but basically, so after the death, Von starts trolling. He says he squashed the beef with Duck when he never did. He does an interview with Akademiks where he says, "Oh yeah, like you know, we had squashed the beef. I did a song with him, blah blah blah." And then he puts the phone down for a bit and he starts laughing. Like, yeah, he starts trolling, you know, Duck's death some more. And then now the FBI starts to make an appearance at Parkway Gardens.
Despite not getting arrested, these guys would be fools to think that the feds weren't at least paying some attention. And so on October the 7th, 2020, the FBI are seen patrolling through O Block with C Murder himself deciding to film them.
Oh my mama, bro.
Oh
my
DEA agents.
Mama, they on the block, Scud. They on the motherfucking block, Scud. What the fuck? Is they coming to my car? Don't come to my car. Oh yeah, that's DEA FBI on Dave. And here come motherfucking Parkway security telling on everybody.
In fact, C Murder actually recorded the FBI walking through O Block whilst yelling "fuck Brick."
Fuck Brick. I got you. Hold that motherfucker up. Whatever say.
Man, Marisank, I'm from Chicago. I predict Durk will be next on the feds list. Chicago isn't going to let this go. The people downtown are mad as hell about this murder. They want Durk as well. It costs the city money. Ooh, you might be onto something there. I'll give my prediction at the end. So as you can see, we got DEA, FBI. Early in the morning, 6 a.m. He has a rifle, it looks like. You see that thing, boy? They're taunting him. So let me tell y'all this right now. DEA, FBI working together, doing a raid like that. Some shit going on. some shit is going on. Big time. Okay? Big fucking time.
Ailing O-Block, but no arrests have been made at this point. But funnily enough, King Von seems to have his own surveillance crew in O-Block, a camera crew following him around aimed at Duck. And while on a press run for this new release, Von would even check in with DJ Akademiks for an on-the-phone interview.
So he
and
trolls.
eventually, Akademiks asks Von how he felt when he found out about Duck's death. And at this point, I kid you not, King Von
Chat, tell me if you think that this is sincere.
begins to slowly eat cereal out of the box, telling Akademiks that he was hurt by Duck's death in an incredibly unconvincing manner.
Were you saddened by the news that he was murdered then?
Man, that shit hurt. I didn't go to sleep at night. Can't believe that shit.
At this point, King Von couldn't even continue keeping a straight face. So he tells Akademiks to hold on and points the camera away from his face, when for a moment, we hear what sounds like King Von and his homie BJ just straight up sniggering and laughing. And even when Von gets his composure and comes back on camera, he slips up because for a very brief moment, we see BJ in the back of the car laughing uncontrollably.
Can't believe that shit. Hold on, man.
Look at Ack. Acts like this nigga, bro.
Oh, let's talk about some other shit.
See his boy in the back laughing? Bro. Slow motion time.
Oh
my God.
Not a great look, guys. Not a great look.
Oh
but in
my
the end,
God.
none of that would really matter because no one could have expected what would happen next. As Kipper with a number of big names.
So this is the day King Von dies, guys.
including Muir, Louis, Slutty, BJ, and Bosstop.
So he's there with the crew. The people don't notice he was down there with you know, a bunch of guys, man, in Atlanta. And then they basically what happened, guys, they get the drop, they figure out where Quando Rondo is because they had a little bit of a tiff going on. And I don't think Von was on some kill shit because he went up and just punched him. But you know, we'll see what happens next year.
You would have thought that this man, with his reputation and those around him, would be completely untouchable. But perhaps it was that kind of thinking that led to this situation to begin with. Because on the way home from that performance, King Von and his crew drive to the Monaco Hookah Lounge after apparently getting the location of Quando Rondo, an affiliate of the rapper NBA Youngboy, who Von had been having a feud with online. This was nothing to do with the street beef in Chicago. This was a rap beef, and one that I believe Von was probably leaning into because he thought it would help his career if he was seen pressuring another rapper. So after finding out that a music industry rival was nearby, Von's car abruptly changed direction, headed to that hookah lounge, which led to Von accidentally losing the professional security team that had apparently been looking after him earlier that day. Apparently Von wasn't being entirely open with his crew about what he was looking for or trying to do at this point. Him and his team arrived to the hookah lounge lurking around the area for quite some time when somebody informed him that rap—
And you know what? I got y'all right now. I just pulled up the surveillance footage. So let me pull it up for you guys right now because I don't think he shows it on his video. So I got y'all right now, man. All right. So let me share. This is the surveillance footage. Boom. It's all right. So this is Quando Rondo and the team shot at Georgia, which actually was the other way around. So that's Von in the white right there. Oh, god damn. This won't let me pause it. Let me fucking enlarge this shit. Sorry. All right, there's Von in the white right there, punching Quando Rondo, and then there's Lil Tim right there. He shoots him. And as he shoots him, they're still rolling around, but he's already been shot. And there's Lil Tim back right there on the floor. And there's Von. At that point, he pretty much starts to pass away. And he's fighting with Quando Rondo. So let's rewind that a little bit. Okay. Keeps doing that stupid shit. All right. So here we go. There's Von right there punching. Okay, punching. Lil Tim right there. Where my mouse is, boom, he starts shooting. Everyone disperses. And there's Von and Quando on the fighting still. Lil Tim shoots again, I think. And yeah, boom. And there we go. Just like that. Legend gone. Fucking terrible. Anyway. So let's go back to our boy Trap Lil Russ. Don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel, guys, and like his video.
Quando Rondo was in a nearby car. Von immediately approached and in an insane scene that was captured.
All right, and we got it. We showed the CCT So obviously after Von dies, you know, they're all going crazy, right? Apparently my internet sucks.
Or money. As a result, the remaining orphans of O Block would continue to go live and try and show strength after Von's passing, with the tone of these lives being very much, we're still here and fuck the ops. On November the 24th, 2020, C Murder from O Block goes live, letting the world know that he's still a GD killer and that Get Back Gang have something crazy coming.
So basically, guys, after, just to sum it up for you guys, after Von dies, you know, a lot of the guys start saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're still here. Fuck the ops, whatever. And a couple of them start rapping. So Muwap starts rapping. Muwap, C-Thang, and Zell start rapping, and they're all pretty much, you know, they were named in the indictment. And then Lil Durk obviously releases and I'll show you guys this in I'll show you real fast. It's you know what, let me just move it over here. All right. Lil Durk releases this song right here, Should Have Ducked. All right. And look who it is, Muwap here, okay? And this is what he released with Pooh Shiesty. So on the back of Back in Blood, when we talked about that in detail on the Pooh Shiesty breakdown, they released this song, Should Have Ducked, which, you know, in the song, he says, my PO told me through the gate, something, and she goes, how high do you get? He says, high as duck. And then he says, Tooka. So he obviously insults Duck and Tooka in the same line. And this is after, this was what, premiered May 17th, 2021. And we know, obviously, Duck passed away on the 4th of August in 2020. So, you know, a little callous, you know what I'm saying? But what's new, right? Like, you know, obviously, Duck was making fun of Dooski and a bunch of Durk's friends. So, you know, it don't end. And then you can see Muwap is in the music video, what I showed y'all earlier. Where was he at? Oh, and then V-Roy. So after King Von passed, he started wearing hats that say V-Roy on it, because that was his Twitter handle that he went by. You know, obviously T-Roy. So Von went by V-Roy in honor of T-Roy. So now now Durk wears the V-Roy hat to honor both T-Roy and Von. So that's what V-Roy means. Yeah. So this is basically, yeah. Oh, you saw Muwap right there for a split second wearing the old blockchain. All right, and they shot this at Cane Creek, which is where Pooh Shiesty grew up in Memphis. It's kind of funny how they shot Back in Blood for Pooh Shiesty in Chicago, and then they shot Shoulda Duck for Durk in Memphis. So a little interesting thing there. So all right, and guys, do me a quick favor. Like the video, okay? There's almost 3,700 y'all in here, okay? All on YouTube. It's not that hard. Like the video, and let's continue on with the heat, man. All right.
Oh no, I just seen the live and he is.
Okay, so that's Ruga talking shit about them because obviously he doesn't like them. So Mama Duck, okay. So just so y'all know, I'll sum it up real quick. FBG Duck's mom was very active. You know, she cooperated with the authorities, etc. She wanted revenge for her son's death, rightfully so. You know, because at this point, both of her sons got killed because of this stuff. FBG Brick and FBG Duck. Okay. So this is where shit gets crazy. Internet detectives solved the case before the FBI. Woo! The self-snitching is gonna get crazy. I hope y'all are ready, man. I hope y'all are ready. This is gonna be pure entertainment. Get your fucking popcorn ready. This is where the comedy begins, my friends, okay?
At a certain point, you've got FBG Duck diss songs going gold and hitting the charts. Everyone in O Block is self-snitching and using their clout in the streets to get ahead in music and on social media. It really doesn't take long for people to start putting two and two together. Reddit's Chiracology sub knew what was up from day one.
And I was scouring. This is where I pulled my thumbnail from, by the way, guys. I was shout out to Trap Lord Ross. The thing I love about him is he went into the Chiracology and he pulled a bunch of information from it, sifted out the crap, took the good stuff. And a lot of these, you know, and so does Chicago 88. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, sometimes these Reddit posts, they put very accurate stuff, and then they put stuff that's inaccurate. So yeah, this is what I actually pulled for the thumbnail. And just so y'all know, it's not 28 bodies between all of them. It's if they participated in the hit, it still counts. Okay. So some of these bodies are double counted. All right.
Speculative body count scoreboards for O Block's Get Back Gang members had circulated there for some time, and a YouTube channel called Chicago Scene 88 would make a video about.
Shout out to you, Chicago Scene. I see you in the chat, baby. All right. So yeah, we gone. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna get some popcorn. God damn it.
About the murder of FBG Duck, only 3.5 months after it had taken place, identifying a number of people as the shooters with alarming accuracy.
When Duck and Day Day came out from the store, 2 cars pulled up next to them. One dark Ford Fusion and a gray Chrysler 300. See thing, Zal, DQ. Moo up from a block jumped out of the car.
Put that in crazy detail, Chicago Scene 88, man. And by the way, I wasn't kidding around. I got this fucking popcorn right now. Boom, chicka, bop. Pretty good stuff, and it's not that low, high calorie, guys. It's only 150 calories for 3/4 of a cup. So you know, popcorn is a low calorie snack. So let's do this.
Started shooting Duck, his girlfriend, and Day Day.
Meanwhile, other smaller channels are putting together incredible theories, piecing together evidence, linking members to the crime. One video was able to connect a Ford used in the crime to Los using Chicago police scanner audio and IG lives recorded on O-Block.
So they said a black 2016 Ford that was involved in Duck's shooting came back to Carlos offered. I found that dude's mugshot.
And it was later revealed by the feds that Los had actually purchased that car a week before the shooting and returned it shortly after. In another sense.
Oh, God.
Deleted Reddit post, internet sleuths were able to link the other car used in the crime, a Chrysler 300, to Kenny Mack, with him apparently liking the dealership where the car was sold on his personal Facebook, being seen driving it on IG lives that were still active on his page, and even using the VIN number of that car to determine that it had been towed away from.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
O-Block in the past. And these posts had people in the comments saying that this was some fine-ass detective work. Others on YouTube.
So they towed the car away. And just so y'all know, they found a bunch of evidence in that car that linked it to members that shot up FBG Duck from O-Block.
YouTube were collating the most incriminating footage that members had put out themselves.
Another episode of FBG Duck Killers, and today we've got C-Thing. This little piece of footage here I'm going to show you is after they did the hit, celebrating and shit, knowing that they're going to get paid. Another body drop.
Who you smoking on from the rack, man? What'd you say? What'd you say? They can't hear you, folks. Duck. You smoking that duck. Crack. Duck.
That's Queso, by the way, guys, that he's on the IG live with. Queso is a rapper from Jacksonville that's linked in with ATK and Young and Ace's squad, which I'm going to break that down too for y'all. Don't worry. But he was on the phone. I think that's with Zell right there. And yeah. Oh, God. This is just more and more.
You say smoking that duck, my boy Queso smoking that duck.
Meanwhile, people on Reddit are openly posting pictures of Duck's killers, people like C-Thang, along with captions labeling him Duck Killer as early as March 2021. Another crazy theory spreads that the guy who filmed Duck dying in the street in the immediate aftermath of the shooting must have somehow been involved in the crime. And I gotta say, it was always a little bit suspicious that he was on the scene, immediately started filming from a distance, yet somehow already knew with complete accuracy that it was rapper FBG Duck laying there dying on the ground.
They shot FBG Duck, man. I don't know who shot him, man. I just fucking ran into this, y'all. Man.
Meanwhile, even with the internet openly identifying everybody involved, those that were on the hit still haven't been arrested, and they continue to snitch on themselves like they're invincible. And one of the most insane examples came from Moowop, who posted this picture of a set of shoes to his own Instagram, along with a rather...
All right, y'all want some entertainment? So let's all right. I got the picture of those shoes here in a set. Let me pull those up real fast. Oh Lord, man, guys, fucking. All right, so here we go. I felt it in my stomach. This is from the Reddit Chiracology. Shout out to them. A lot of good information on here. I felt it in my stomach that they were getting indicted when Moowop got these fucking shoes made. Barely anyone talked about this, but this was some of the most brazen self-snitching I've ever seen. In Muop's defense, guys, these shoes are not, they were not custom made. They're Gucci shoes, actually. Told y'all today, the feds unleashed 11-page indictment on members of O Block and 5 were arrested, including Muop, for the murder of FBG Duck in Chicago's Gold Coast. And you guys could see it's a flash with a duck kind of getting caught off guard. Let's enlarge it real quick. Hold on. Let me enlarge it. Hashtag Muop from the O. Youngest in charge. Before rap, new visual on the way. Can't wait to show y'all who on the song with me. Happy birthday, my nigga Duke. Love you. Can't wait to you touch broski. And then he goes, do it for Vaughn. Free Duke. I'm going to stick to plan. Tell my nigga happy B-Day. Drop the 8 for him. Oh, Lord. All right, let's continue on.
Incriminating caption. Yes, that is Donald Duck.
Yo, like the fucking video, by the way, man, for this entertainment. Like the video.
Off guard in the flash of a camera shooting him. For the record, these are actually Gucci shoes. So no, he didn't have these custom made, but goddamn it, he picked them, chose to buy them, and chose to post them on his IG with a goddamn winking face emoji. Look, make of that what you will. It doesn't necessarily mean that he did it, but I've got to say that is probably one of the most creative ways of self-snitching I have ever seen. But even with the added heat of the
Yo, y'all are hilarious in the chat, bro. Y'all are going full WAP L block. You guys are fucking funny, bro. Oh, man. And again, remember what I told you guys. This isn't incriminating. It's not incriminating, but it's more and more circumstantial evidence. You know what I'm saying? It shows reckless disregard. You know what I'm saying? Taunting enemies, etc. Because they already know this is what they do. They kill their enemies and then they taunt them on social media to bring up the gang, which we're going to talk about in the RICO case. All right, I got the indictment ready to go here, by the way. We're going to read it. So this is fucking comedy. All right.
Internet, Duck's mum, and I assume some kind
good
of police
popcorn, by the way.
investigation, the self-snitching does not stop. And throughout 2021, Duck's presumed killers would continue their self-snitching campaign right up until the moment when it was too late.
Oh, here we go. Final days.
By the time Lil Durk dropped Should Have Ducked, there was really no point pretending anymore. The members on O Block didn't care who knew what and would reference the killing of Duck for jokes. On January the 27th, 2021, Zell and C-Thang go live dissing dead ops and rapping about hopping out of cars and shooting, and another about chasing ops like Duck, Duck, Goose.
Bitch, I'm not no rapper, I'm a shooter. I'll shoot you in your shit. We got blicks 4 deep and them hot cars, them sticks. See the op, jump out, hit them all up in this shit. Boss man can't come around cause he got some rat here.
At a certain point, it seems like these guys got some kind of sick sadistic satisfaction out of seeing people in the IG comments say that they knew that they killed Duck. In this live, they asked the viewers to name all of their dead ops like it was a game, saying specifically that they're ducking no bodies.
Fuck with us, man. Say fuck all ops, man. Name all the dead ops, man. Name they ass.
And we ain't ducking nobody.
Name they ass. Name all the ops that's dead.
On January the 30th, 2021, C-Thang goes live where he's forced to address numerous comments regarding the rumors that he and his O-Block homies killed Duck.
Never did nothing to nobody. I don't know why y'all keep saying that lame shit. I never did nothing to nobody. Never did nothing.
Starting to set in now. See that lean? Oh, man.
Y'all on some real police shit, man. You to my boy, little ass. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm really not a rapper. I'm just doing this shit for the money. I just want the money out this shit. Shit easy.
See? Starting to hit in now, man.
You just gotta be gangster on that.
The walls are closing in.
Talk gangster. No cap in that shit.
Now, for the record, during this live, C-Thang looks completely strung out off lean whilst parading a bottle of wok on the screen. I mean, this live just goes to show you the mind state that these alleged killers were in at this point, numbing their pain with drugs and struggling to live with the reality that they had ended up in, knowing that their days are numbered. And he wasn't the only one. In April, Zell Munna goes live in O Block with Lil Reese, and during this live, he shows off a bunch of pills and drink, again seemingly numbing the pain of what he's been through and possibly of what's to come.
We don't got yerks on. If you want yerks, call me.
That's a good popcorn.
In fact, there's even a moment in this live where Zell sings along to a King Von lyric about having bodies, catching himself, and then looking off camera suddenly.
Let's talk bodies. I got.
Bro.
Stop it. Get some help.
Dude, oh my God. Woo!
But don't get it mistaken, he's still all over this live dissing dead ops.
Fuck Terry Berry, Poppy, and Brick.
Now, with King Von gone...
Yo! Oh my God.
Stupid.
And many of the remaining O-Block members hoping to make a go of it in the rap game, it seems they'd all decide to just try and diss dead people to kickstart their careers and get clout for being real gangsters. Each of them trying to be as dangerous or savage as King Von was known to be. By March 24th, 2021, Moowop is posting music snippets to his story saying that he's smoking on duck. And as Moowop starts to develop his skills as a rapper, he sets out to drop a whole bunch of incriminating songs. Moowop and DQ dropped their track Spin It on June the 2nd, 2021, with the whole track basically being dedicated to dissing TB or Terry Barry by his government name, which we know now was supposed get back for T-Roy, with Moowop jumping on the chorus of the song saying they're smoking Terry Barry, that they left him Bloody Mary, and that the scene of the crime was very scary.
I told you guys this part was going to be entertainment. I told y'all, bro. I fucking told y'all this was going to be entertainment. Bro, I know those FBI agents were sitting in that fucking Violent Street, because it was probably the Safe Streets Task Force that did this case. I know them and Chicago PD detectives. They were just sitting there like, yeah, woo. We just watch these dudes' Instagrams, bro. We got this shit, bruh. Oh my God, fucking comedy.
Later that month, on the 20th of June, C-Thang and Big Woney would talk on IG Live about how many people got stepped on after they released diss songs.
How many people got stepped on? Right. I don't know what you're talking about.
A couple of days after that, Duke drops a blog on O-Block where several of Duck's alleged killers are seen hanging out together. Duke himself puts on every single O-Block chain, along with a couple of OTF chains for good measure and to make sure Lil Durk is implicated. Meanwhile, Moowop is yelling about how he shoots people in the head and body, and telling everybody that a Goofy died with his doggy or homie.
Goofy ass that got killed his dog.
Moowop is out there posing for pictures and asking where's C Murder so that he can get on camera too. And once they're all together, what do? Well, they record them all rapping along to an incriminating song about smoking on duck. Actually, they sung that twice to make sure the feds heard it. Well, they did it a third time as well. Okay, so what they were actually doing was filming a music video for this song they were rapping, so they obviously had to perform this song countless times that day. But I've got to say, it was a bit of an interesting decision for whoever edited this vlog to just repeatedly show these opening lyrics in numerous locations, indicating to me that they really wanted to know, whoever was watching this vlog, that they were specifically trying to disrespect Duck. Now, that particular song would release on YouTube on June the 25th. It was Duke's song 12 AM, and that song itself had a whole bunch of other incriminating lines. Notably, self-identifying as Get Back Gang and saying that they do what they do in the memory of HK. Moowop would go on to drop a snippet of his own upcoming song the following month, this time with a lyric.
As y'all know, HK is T-Roy's brother. They said they do what they do in memory of HK.
Stating a dude from 63rd couldn't get back up, and saying that they had to mask up.
Dude from 63rd couldn't get back up. What y'all fuck with it or nah? Guys, I kind of want to show this clip, but I know YouTube is going to get me in trouble for this shit. But it all right, I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link in the description for y'all. Actually, you know what? I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat for y'all. You guys can look at it. I'm gonna give y'all a second, all right? And you're gonna see what he's referring to when he says, dude from 63rd couldn't get back up. It's from Twitter and it's graphic. I'm gonna put in the chat for y'all. Wait, I can't put it in the chat? I think I could put it in the chat safely. Oh, don't do it. Will that fuck me up? Okay. Let's see here. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out a way that I could show you guys this without me, because I'm not gonna put it. I don't want to put it. I don't want to put it. The link. All right. The point I'm trying to make is this. So he goes. Dude from 63rd couldn't get back up. Y'all fuck with it or not? When Duck got shot, guys, he's struggling to try to get up. It's really graphic. It's fucked up. But he's struggling to try to get up. And the fact that he's making this song and saying that dude from 63rd couldn't get back up. Fucking incredible. I'll put the link in the chat, guys. I'll put the link in the chat. Don't worry. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can catch it after. But fucking incredible, bro.
Get back up. Yeah, we had to mask up another body that's a blood duck, a nigga like I'm rock.
Honestly, it's not even worth wearing the mask if you're gonna run around town.
Here, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you the link. Actually, no, fuck it. We'll just keep going on with the show. We'll keep going on with the show. Because we still got to cover the RICO.
You did the crime for a year, but anyway. At a certain point, the famous King Von mural is unveiled across the street from O Block. Ironically, being revealed only a year and a day after Duck's murder. BJ from O Block and
So Zell, all right. Zell commits suicide, guys.
The loss of their friend Zell, or the unanswered questions about why he might have done this. He was long rumored to have been involved in Duck's murder, constantly receiving comments from people who seemed to know. His car was identified in the shooting, and a lot of speculation has gone around as to why he might have taken his own life. Did he know the cops were closing in? Had they already got to him? Some rumors have swirled that they had, and that he might have even snitched and taken himself out before the other members could have done it to him. But then again, when you consider the fact that he was apparently related to Slutty, T-Roy, and HK, perhaps the trauma of losing so many people so close to him just became too much. There was other speculation that his suicide was completely there.
So one of the killers kills himself, self-deletes himself. All right.
Going live, but who do you think joins his live to check in?
So
see what's going
Durk
on?
and Muop are friends, right? After everything happens, right? They're talking to each other and
taken Muop on tour with him, where they had both been seen together rolling around on private jets and flexing together with big stacks of money.
Hello. What that is? I gotta get on live. What that is? Who got the most views? Let's see that. Who got the most views?
Yes, Muop was all on Durk's plane, very comfortable indeed, even posing for pictures with fans while throwing up gang signs and calling himself Gangster Killer.
Gangster Killer. Check him out. Gangster Killer. You gotta control. Gotta be controlled.
Perhaps all of this is why Lil Durk rapped on Meek Mill's song Sharing Locations that he still hangs with all the murderers. And I guess those lyrics weren't capped. But when in the next lyric, he says that he's paying the lawyers for all of the murderers, it really does make you wonder what Lil Durk is going to do next. Because finally, after over a year of investigation with no arrests, the FBI would finally raid O Block, taking 5 people into custody for the murder of FBG Duck.
boom, 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 baby. The end is here.
Alan, tonight, federal law enforcement officials.
And this is where we shall shout out to our boy Trap Lord Ross. Guys, like the video, subscribe to his YouTube channel. This is him. This is my boy right here. Fucking awesome documentary. Don DeMarco for Trap Lord Ross. Fantastic. Put Discovery Channel to fucking shame, bro. All right. So now we're gonna play the news article here that I have. Where is it? I have it somewhere here. Oh, yeah, right here. Okay. So this is the kind of the press release. And then we're gonna read it as well, and we'll start breaking this bad boy down. So now y'all know. So a quick little summary there. Now you guys know the history of O Block versus Tookaville, the gang war, the deaths, the multiple deaths that went in it. And guys, I didn't even show you all the killings. I just showed you guys the most relevant ones to the formation of certain gangs or blocks or whatever it may be. But there's a lot, guys. This was a deep-rooted hate to the point where Von is literally trolling his death on public media outlets. You know what I'm saying? And they're laughing and shit. They're having a good time with it. You can only laugh at someone's death like that when you truly hate them, bro. So that just gives you guys insight as to how bad these guys hated each other. So now we're going to share this. Now, do me a favor, guys, and like the goddamn video, okay? Because what are we at right now? We got 3,800 of you guys in here right now. Let's see what the likes are at. Let's get that engagement. We should be at least 3,000 likes. Easy work. All right, 2.5. Guys, I need 3,000 likes before we continue on and do this breakdown. 3,000. I'm going to play this news thing, but I'm not going to break down the indictment until we get 3K. So you guys got a little bit of time. 500 likes, nothing. Easy stuff, all right? Oh, and shout out to our boy, Fresh Prince CEO, a.k.a. Dark Prince CEO in the house. Hold on. He's in the house. Network, bruh, $5. Jay-Z and others are pushing for prosecutors to stop using rap lyrics in attempts to prove guilt during criminal trials. What's your opinion? Here's the thing. They got to corroborate it. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously protected under the First Amendment, but if they can corroborate the lyrics to things that really happened, they got them, bro. They can't just use rap lyrics, guys. Rappers be snitching on themselves like Medea, and that's from Chaos Art Night. That's facts. They really do be snitching on themselves. And then where's I know Fresh sent something in. Where are you at, bro? Shout out to Fresh Prince CEO. He's in here somewhere. Post the link, nigga. Bro, it'll probably get me in trouble. It's real graphic. And he sent in a super chat. Post the link, just not the video. Hashtag BBC gang. Okay, buddy. All right, so let's play this.
Alleged Chicago street gang members now facing federal charges in connection with the shooting death of a local rapper downtown. The charges announced today by the U.S. attorney, who says social media played a role in this case. Our Patrick Elwood.
Yeah, definitely did. Y'all saw how it played a role.
Pat?
Ben, and right you are, a brazen act of violence that took place on an August day in the Gold Coast against a Chicago rapper. And then it was promoted and bragged about on social media. And the feds say it was because of that helped them make this case.
Boom. Y'all heard that? They bragged about it and helped them make their case, man. Holy shit. Were those Gucci shoes really worth it, man?
It was back in August of 2020 that Carlton Weekly, who went by the rapper name FBG Duck, was gunned
And that's the song Dead Bitches right there. Probably one of the most disrespectful songs.
down in the city's Gold Coast while shot.
That song is a big reason why they wanted to kill him, bro. That song came out in July. A month later, they killed him.
A joint task force of law enforcement working together on this one. And today, CPT Superintendent David Brown says this is part of a bigger strategy to thwart gang violence and maximize prison time for those who will be found guilty.
We are going after gangs in this city. This includes gang investigations, narcotics investigations, and gun investigations. We are working together to hold gang members accountable for violence.
Today, 5 members of a faction of the Gangster disciples have been indicted for his murder.
This was
Actually, the Black disciples, but close enough, buddy.
one of those cases we were able to bring federal resources to bear to work with the Chicago Police Department.
So just so you guys know, the U.S. attorney, the U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, this is him, John Lausch. And basically the U.S. attorney, guys, is the top prosecutor. He runs the U.S. attorney's office, okay? So he's the top guy.
To ultimately help us make the case.
Oh, yeah, to be a U.S. attorney, by the way, it's presidentially appointed, FYI. Presidentially appointed. So it's a very high position within the government to be a U.S. attorney.
In announcing,
because prosecutors are assistant United States attorneys. So this is the equivalent to like a district attorney. He is the United States attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, and it is a presidentially appointed position.
the indictments, U.S. Attorney John Lausch says this is a federal case because it falls under federal racketeering organized crime statutes. Charged are 30-year-old Charles Liggins, 28-year-old Kenneth Roberson, 22-year-old Christopher Thomas, 22-year-old T. Carlos Offord, and 22-year-old Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart, by the way, is Muwap. The one that wore the Gucci shoes with the duck on them.
The indictment alleges the five used social media to brag about their crimes as a way to intimidate rivals and promote their standing within the gang, which operates in the 63rd and King Drive area. But U.S. Attorney Lausch says by using social media, in a way, they set their own trap.
There are now 5 people in custody who weren't in custody before. 5 people who were alleged to have committed a murder in broad daylight in the middle of the afternoon in the city of Chicago. Okay? And now it's known to them, and it's known to anybody else who might be committing similar acts of brazen violence, right? And who may brag about it or not brag about it, that their day has come.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, they're sending a message loud and clear, man. You kill people and brag about it.
So 4 out of the 5.
Correction, you kill people and brag about it, and you kill them in broad daylight in a very nice, affluent area where other people are going to complain, and you might fuck up with the revenue of the city of Chicago. You're done, buddy. Bro, this was definitely a fucking holy shit. All right. It's 3.7K of you guys in here. Like the video. All right. So yeah, that was the press release that they had done. So so here, guys, is the this is the actual press release from the U.S. Department of Justice, okay? Which you guys know it's the real one when you go usdoj.gov. That means it's a government website. So let's enlarge this bad boy a little bit so we can read it because I'm blind as hell. All right. 5 alleged street gang members charged with federal racketeering offenses, including murder of Chicago rapper. And guys, anytime a federal case happens, always read the press release from the DOJ.gov site, because these blogs or whatever, 9 out of 10 times, they copy and paste it from here, or they might fuck up the information. So always go here, right? A federal indictment unsealed today charges 5, and this was on Wednesday, October 13th, 2021. A federal indictment unsealed today charges 5 alleged members of the Old Block Street Gang with participating in a criminal organization that murdered the Chicago rapper and violently protected the gang and its territories on the south side of Chicago. The indictment alleges that the Old Block Gang publicly claimed responsibility for acts of violence in Chicago and used social media and music to increase their criminal enterprise. Oh, man. Okay. The Old Block Gang allegedly engaged in numerous acts of violence, including the murder of Carlton Weekly, a Chicago rapper, also known as FBG Duck, on August 4th, 2020. Charged with committing murder in the aid of racketeering are Chicago residents Charles Liggins, also known as C. Murda, Kenneth Robertson, known as Kenny, and Kenny Mack, to Carlos Offord, also known as Los, Christopher Thomas, also known as C-Thang, and Marcus Smart, also known as Muwap. The indictment also charges the defendants with federal firearm violations and assaults in aid of racketeering. Liggins, Offord, Thomas, and Smart were arrested this morning. They're scheduled to make initial court appearances today at 2 p.m. before U.S. Magistrate Judge David M. Wiseman. Robertson is currently in the custody of Cook County Department of Corrections. His initial federal court appearance will be scheduled at a later date. So one of the guys was already in jail in state custody. The indictment was announced by John Lausch, U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Emerson Bowie, Special Agent in charge of the FBI. So that's the head guy of the FBI. And David Brown, Superintendent of the Chicago Police Department, which we saw a couple of them. We didn't see the FBI SAC talk, but we did see the Superintendent and the U.S. Attorney speak. Substantial assistance in this investigation was provided by the Cook County State Attorney's Office, which the reason why is because guaranteed what happened was the FBI probably pulled all those, cold cases or closed cases or cases that they weren't able to solve. All those murders, FBI has those. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they were able to, piece things together. Because remember, they have 10 years of evidence, guys. 10 years of evidence from the state. This is why the internet never forgets. The government is represented by Assistant United States Attorneys Jason A. Julian, Albert Berry, and Anne Marie Ursini. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's not good. They got 3 AUSAs on this case. Guys, I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's an L right there. All right. The murder count in the indictment carries a mandatory minimum sentence of life in federal prison and a maximum potential sentence of the death penalty. One of the firearm counts is also punishable by a maximum potential sentence of the death penalty, while the other firearm count is punishable by a mandatory minimum of 10 years and maximum of life. The assault counts are each punishable by a maximum of 20 years. If convicted, the court must impose reasonable sentences under federal sentencing statutes and the advisory U.S. sentencing guidelines. Holy fuck. All right. And you know what, guys? Some new information. But wait, there's more. Let's check this out right here. So this came out a couple days ago, and we're going to read the indictment last, guys. This came out a couple days ago. 15 seconds of mayhem on Gold Coast. FBI affidavit lifts curtain on FBG Duck murder case. And guys, I looked everywhere for this affidavit. It's not an affidavit because I already looked on Pacer. What it probably is an FBI report of investigation. Okay, that's probably what it really is. It's not an affidavit, because if it was an affidavit, I would have found it on Pacer. So it's probably an FBI report. The document lays out key evidence that led to last year's indictment against 5 alleged O Block Street gang members now accused in the brazen killing. It also points out so-called diss tracks which have fueled street violence. All right, let's see what the likes are at, because I need you guys to like the goddamn video right now. There's 3.7K of you guys watching right now, and there's only 2.8K likes. All right. I'm not reading this article, which has a lot of juicy information in it, by the way, until you guys get me to 3,100 likes. Like the video right now while I get some water, because that popcorn got me thirsty. Goddamn, it was kind of salty. I hope you guys enjoyed that part. This is going to be man, we're already 3 hours in this bitch. Goddamn. All right. Rest in peace to whoever's doing timestamps tonight. Like the video, guys. Like the video right now, or else I will not continue reading this juicy ass article here for y'all. I need you guys to like the video right now. Matter of fact, let me shift this thing over real quick so I'm not looking to the side. Yeah, I need you guys to like the video. It's not that hard. Just click that like button, and I'll continue on with the stream. All right? Nobody's got to get hurt here. But I'm holding the show hostage until I get the goddamn likes up. All right? I don't ask for much. I just need the engagement up to a certain point so we can continue this bad boy. All right? So, let's see where we're at here. Let's see here. We are at 2.9. 200 more likes, guys, and I'm going to get cracking on this thing. I need you guys to like the video right now so I can take my ugly mug off the screen and you guys can enjoy this greatness that I'm about to read right now. But I need you guys to like the goddamn video, because this article brings up a lot of things that I kind of already knew, but it confirms for me that these dudes over here at O Block are finito, man. So like the goddamn video, because if you're going to run around and shoot at people in the middle of the day, man, in a very nice neighborhood, is not a good look. So like the goddamn video, guys. All right, let's see what we're at here. Because there's what? 3,600 of you guys in here right now. Still 2.9K likes. We got a lot of haters in here, right? They can't like the video. God damn it.
Flawless victory.
Let's see here. 2.9K. Guys, 100 more likes. 100 more likes, and I'll start reading this bad boy. We'll break it down. There's a lot here, man. There's a lot here to go over. Need you guys to like the goddamn video, though. Because if you pull it up yourself, it ain't going to be the same. Here, I'll hit some of these super chats while we wait. Let's see here. Thank you guys so much for the donations, by the way. I really appreciate it. Y'all are the real ninjas. And we got, let's see here. We got a big $100 super chat here from our boy Angel Cardenas. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Yo, this is crazy as fuck, bro. They really be out chia self-snitching. This is comedy. LMAO. Also, I really got to clean my Glock when I get a chance. I always be learning a lot from these breakdowns, bro. Real quality content. Keep up the good work. This be entertaining as fuck. I got y'all, man. All I ask is that you guys like the video. You guys don't even have to donate to the stream, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate it. Every time you guys donate, I'll thank you so much, because that money goes right back into, obviously, the podcast, getting better equipment, better microphones, etc., to give you guys a better experience, more time to research this stuff. But you guys don't have to donate, man. I really appreciate that. Every time you guys donate, it means a lot. You know, just like the video. The video can't be shown or in the description, but it can be in the comments. Okay. I'll put it in the comments. But guys, like the video, god damn it. Like the video. What are we at? Because I want to get going on this breakdown too. I'm losing a date with a hot ass chick for y'all, man. So the least you guys could do is like the goddamn video. All right, we're at 3K. So let's get it going. Fuck it. All right. The broad daylight Gold Coast murder of rapper FBG Duck in August 2020 involved 4 mass shooters who left 38 bullet casings behind following an attack that lasted all of 15 seconds, according to a newly unsealed federal court record. Much of what happened that day at the murder scene on Oak Street and elsewhere as the gunman neared was captured on video, according to the 45-page document, which includes an FBI affidavit, incorrect, probably an FBI report. It lays out key evidence that led to last year's indictment against 5 alleged O-Block street gang members now accused in the brazen killing. It says investigators, so here we go, guys, where it starts getting bad. It says investigators towed a car used in the shooting one day after it happened, later searched and found evidence that implicated Charles C. Murder Liggins. The document also points to so-called diss tracks to songs posted online in which street gang members disrespect rivals, fueling violence and on the streets. And just so y'all know what they found, they pretty much found in the car, they found like his Instagram handle, his baby mom's information, etc. Basically, effectively linking him to the murder vehicle. Oh, man. The document, a search warrant application originally filed October 1st, was unsealed earlier this month. It sought a judge's permission to examine phone data associated with Liggins, as well as Marcus Muwap Smart and to Carlos Offord. All 3 would be charged in an indictment filed September 30th, which also named Kenneth Robertson and Christopher C. Thank Thomas as defendants. The indictment was unsealed on October 13th, and that's when they picked up the members. FBG Duck, whose real name was Carlton Weekly, is identified in the document as a member of the STL EBT or Tookaville faction of the Gangster disciples, which is said had feuded with O-Block, a faction of the Black disciples. Weekly was killed at 4:26 p.m. on August 4, 2020, according to the affidavit. 16 minutes earlier on Oak Street, it said Weekly got out of a car driven by his girlfriend and stood in a line outside. Weekly's mother has said he was shopping for a present for his son. Around the same time, surveillance footage showed Liggins, Smart, and others. Oh, do you guys want me to enlarge this a little bit? Let me enlarge it a little bit so y'all can read what the hell's going on here. Okay. Around the same time, surveillance footage showed Liggins. Oh shit. Okay. Let's just read from here. 16 minutes earlier on Oak Street, it said Weekly got out of a car driven by his girlfriend and stood in a line outside. Weekly's mother has said he was shopping for a present for his son. So guys, pay attention. He was standing outside the store. Obviously, he's the most famous GD rapper in Chicago at the time, and he's standing outside. So someone saw him and probably made a phone call. Okay. Around the same time, surveillance footage showed Liggins, Smart, and others running down a stairway at Parkway Gardens at 63rd and Martin Luther King Drive, according to the affidavit. It said Smart and another person got into a Ford Fusion owned by Offord. The FBI believed Liggins got into a Chrysler 300 with 2 others. Oh, Lord! So they get the location, and they're fucking sprinting, bro. Like, literally running down the stairs to get into these 2 cars to run up to fucking the Gold Coast to go after Duck. Okay? From there, investigators were able to trace the vehicle's path from Parkway Gardens to the scene of the murder using video surveillance of police POD cameras. Around the time Weekly got out of the car on Oak Street, the feds say the Fusion and Chrysler were seen traveling in the same direction in the 6200 block of South Wentworth, just 5 seconds apart. The vehicles were spotted on camera in at least 7 additional locations. Yo! Oh my God. The video can't be shown in the description. Okay, read that one. Oh my fucking God, bro. Chat, are y'all enjoying this? I know you guys are enjoying this, bro. Let's get it. Okay. All right. Around the time Weekly got out of the car in Oak Street. Oh, okay. So 7 other locations. So they got them on red cameras, guys, on red light cameras, POD cameras. Bro, they basically were able to map these guys' entire trip up to the Gold Coast to try to get them. They got them running out of their old goddamn apartments in the hood back at O Block and then tracked them all the way back up to the Gold Coast, bro. Oh, man. The document that lays out what happened at 4:26 p.m. in the first block of East Oak Street. The Fusion and Chrysler stopped just in front of the dark-colored sedan that had been driven by Weekly's girlfriend. 2 people jumped out of the passenger side of Fusion and opened fire at Weekly, who ducked with another person behind his girlfriend's car. 2 people then got out of the passenger side of the Chrysler. One, the front passenger, opened fire on Weekly's girlfriend while the other fired at Weekly. The shooters then got back into the Fusion and Chrysler and fled, according to the affidavit. It said Weekly's girlfriend was shot twice in the left wrist. The person who ducked behind the car with Weekly was shot 3 times and was left in critical condition, according to the feds. Weekly died shortly after the shooting, the feds say, but it's unclear how many times he was shot. The FBI special agent who authored the affidavit wrote that Weekly was shot approximately 21 times, but the agent also cited a Cook County medical examiner's report that said Weekly was shot 16 times. 38 cartridge casings were found at the scene, including 1 .357 caliber casing. Meanwhile, the Chrysler was then spotted on police cameras in 8 additional locations before surveillance video showed it returning to Parkway Gardens at 4:56 p.m. That video showed Liggins getting out of a passenger seat, according to the affidavit. The day after Weekly's killings, Chicago police found the Chrysler in the 2100 block of Gunderson in Berwyn and towed it, the document says. When it was searched August 13, 2020, investigators allegedly found a handwritten note that appeared to list Liggins' Facebook and Instagram's accounts, as well as phone numbers for Liggins and baby mom, which the FBI took to mean baby mom. Or BM. So, okay, so it was the second vehicle that they found that evidence in. My bad, guys. I thought it was the first one. So the second vehicle, the Chrysler, not the Ford, was what they found everything in. Oh, man. But wait, there's more. The FBI agent wrote that investigators also found a .357 caliber cartridge casing between the Chrysler's windshield and hood. An examination of the casings and the one found at the scene of Weekly's murder showed they were consistent with being fired from the same firearm. Police have previously said Weekly's shooting might have been motivated by derogatory statements toward deceased members of the Black Disciples made by Weekly on social media. The FBI affidavit points out to multiple online videos, including a July 2020 YouTube rap video in which Weekly performed as FBG Duck. What music video was released in July of 2020? Oh, I'll tell you guys. I think it was, let's see here. It was, yeah. It was this one right here, guys. Can y'all see this? Oh, yeah. Released up. Why the fuck is it acting stupid? Okay, let me move it on this side. On this side, it's fine. Okay, let me stop sharing real quick. Look at this, guys. We're gonna. Oh. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys. I got lost in the sauce for a second. Okay, I'm gonna share this with you guys right now. Oh, look at that. July 10th, 2020. So, yeah. So the FBI has all this evidence, man. July 10th, 2020. The reason why he probably didn't want to put it in the thing was because the name of the song is Dead Bitches. But that was, I told you already, that was a song I knew before they even killed Duck that this song right here was going to get him in hot water. So, okay, let's continue on with, let's continue on. Let me close this tab. Sorry. Okay. So we're going to go back to the article. Okay. Said it wasn't going. Oh, yeah. This is lyrics from the song, actually, right here. He goes, said I wasn't going to This Is Dead, and okay, I did it. But then he goes, okay. So he said I wasn't going to This Is Dead, and okay, I did it. But then he says, but yo, fuck T-Roy and them dead bitches. That's what he says in the song, from what I remember listening to it. So he only says the portion of it. But yeah, it's from Dead Bitches. Weekly said, then the agent wrote, Weekly mentions in a degrading manner 9 names, aliases, and or monikers of deceased individuals, all believed to be black disciples. Among them was O.D. Perry, who was shot and killed in 2011 at age 20 and is the namesake for Old Block, according to the affidavit. The Fed's been watching for 10 years. Perry's killings had sparked a series of retaliatory shootings, including the 2014 of Jakira Barnes, who police say was a female gang assassin for a black disciple, for a gangster disciples faction in the neighborhood. It's not looking good for Old Block, man. In a separate video posted the day after Weekly's murder, Devon Bennett, the rapper known as King Von, could be seen rapping, Old Block OTF 300, bitch, just check the stats. Niggas said that we be throwing shots. I bet he catch them back. According to the affidavit, which said Bennett wore an O Block medallion in the video. Investigators took the verse as a reference to negative repercussions coming to Weekly as a result of Weekly's disrespect. In another video, the feds noted that Weekly had talked about being childhood friends with Shondale Tooka Gregory, who was shot and killed in 2011. Same videos that we were watching, guys. That's why I go so crazy when a motherfucker mentions his name, you feel me? Because the motherfuckers don't know that, like, this shit bigger than what them niggas saying in their songs, you feel me? Weekly said. This is the guy that was this is Kenneth Robertson, by the way, guys. He was already in jail. Liggins, 30, has a history of violent encounters with the police near Parkway Gardens. He was arrested in July 2019 for shoving a Chicago police officer near 64th and Martin Luther King. Officers had responded to a call of a person with a gun when a crowd formed, and Liggins refused to leave, according to a police report. He pleaded guilty, resisting an arrest, and was sentenced to a year in prison. In October 2009, officers working on a drug investigation said they saw Liggins fire at a group of men near 63rd and Martin Luther King. The officers ordered him to drop his gun, but he pointed at them and they shot him in the leg, according to a police report. He pleaded guilty to aggravated assault of an officer with a firearm and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Liggins' co-defendant Robertson, 28, is separately charged in Cook County Criminal Court with the January 30th, 2021 fatal shooting of Lorenzo Moore in Dalton. At the time of that killing, Robertson was free on bail on a Cook County gun possession charge. Holy shit, guys. Man. All right, let's hit some of these chats. This is no bueno. Bill Cosby, genius. You're not thinking fourth dimensionally, Myron. These dudes are doing things beyond ability to grasp, especially leaving their calling card, aka the handwritten note left behind. Yeah, bro. Oh, man. And not to mention, they were able to identify the other card to one of the other dudes. So this is no bueno. And this is why, guys. Well, you know what? I'll leave that for the end of my thing. They're chasing a ICS cream man. They are innocent. Michael Taylor, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Anything else? Want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And thank you guys so much for the donations. I appreciate it greatly. Michael Taylor, I think I'm shadow banned on the main channel, so I'm gonna get these super chats off in here. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I'll look and see if you're shadow banned. I don't think you are, bro. What's your favorite pew pew, duty, and personal? Okay. Glocks, man. Glocks. The Glock 19 is my favorite. It's that mid-size piece. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the time has come, gentlemen. It's time to read that indictment. Okay? Let's see what the likes are at. Because I ain't reading this goddamn indictment until I'm at least... I need 3,300 likes, goddammit. 3,300. All right? 31. We're at 3,100 likes. I need 200 more likes, guys. We're going to read this bad boy. So let me pull it up here real fast. Because I have it here somewhere. I need you guys to like the goddamn video. It's not that hard. But before we read the indictment, you know, I'm going to give you guys a pass little bit of time to get me 200 likes. I'm going to read this RICO stuff right here. So I'm going to break down for you guys what racketeering is real fast. Okay. So I broke this down in the Casanova case, but so RICO charges guys. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you guys the summary real fast, and then we're going to read through it. So RICO, guys, was created in the 1970s to go after the mafia, because the mafia was obviously highly complex, highly organized, and they didn't have a way to go after the top guys that were issuing the hits on the lower level guys. They would catch the lower level guys, but the lower level guys would never snitch because they're like, hey, whatever, it is what it is. So they couldn't charge them as an organization. They can only charge them for the particular crime that they were committing. But what RICO effectively did was said, hey, we're going to charge you guys now as an organization. So if I get together with a couple of my buddies and we decide, you know what, bro, let's start selling drugs. Let's start shooting at people. Let's make our gang lit. Like, we got to do all this shit. Well, if I go out and I shoot somebody, right, and then I come back to the gang hiding spot, and then I get the payment and I give the money to the guys or whatever, we split it up, and then someone, burns the getaway car, someone else lies to the cops, and someone else, supplies us the guns, but I was the only one that did the murder. Guess what? We're all going down for that murder because I committed it in the furtherance of the gang, and they were all involved in the conspiracy to some degree. So what it allowed the FBI to do back in the 70s with the mafia was it allowed them to effectively be able to arrest guys and get them to turn and cooperate. Because it's one thing if I hit you with, like, getting guns for me, but now I'm hitting you with a murder charge as well that he committed. Are you going to go down for a murder charge that someone else committed? Probably not, because you're going to get a lot of time. So what do? You cooperate, and then bam, you flip that guy, and you work your way up the organization. That's essentially how RICO works, and why it was created the way it is, to go after criminal organizations, to basically dismantle them from a total perspective versus just taking down one guy here, one guy there, whatever. They're going after the entire organization. So here we go. And this is from the Department of Justice. It is unlawful for anyone employed by or associated with any enterprise engaged in or the activities of which affect interstate or foreign commerce to conduct or participate directly or indirectly in the conduct of such enterprises' affairs through a pattern of racketeering activity or collection of unlawful debt. 18 U.S.C. in 1962. The Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organization Act, aka RICO, was passed by Congress with the declared purpose of seeking to eradicate organized crime in the United States. And then they cite this case, Russell versus United States. And they just cite a bunch of cases here. A more expansive view holds that in order to be found guilty of violating the RICO statute, the government must prove beyond a reasonable doubt, number one, that an enterprise existed, number two, that the enterprise affected interstate commerce, number three, that the defendant was associated with or employed by the enterprise, and number four, that the defendant engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity, and five, that the defendant conducted or participated in the conduct of the enterprise through that pattern of racketeering activity through the commission of at least two acts of racketeering activity as set forth in the indictment. Do you guys see why O Block is fucked now? They're not coming home, guys. They're not coming home. They're all done, like cooked. Stick a fork in it, man. Now here's the thing, and I talked about this on other podcasts, but we got a lot of new viewers here, so let me tell you. Let me get a little bit of water, and like the video, I get this water. Let's define what an enterprise is, and then I'll break this down for y'all. An enterprise is defined as including any individual, partnership, corporation, association, or other legal entity, and any union or group of individuals associated, and in fact, although not a legal entity. Okay. Many courts have noted that Congress mandated a liberal construction of the RICO statute in order to effectuate its remedial purpose by holding that the term enterprise has an expansive statutory definition. Okay, and they put, obviously they're putting the cases here to reference, in case you want to see like what the case law is. And then pattern racketeering activity requires at least two acts of racketeering activity committed within 10 years of each other. Okay, Congress intended a fairly flexible concept of a pattern in mind. All right, and honestly, bro, just committing crimes in furtherance of the gang is enough. Like, they don't need to really. It doesn't have to be that much of a you know what I'm saying? The government must show that the racketeering predicates are related and that they amount to or pose a threat of continued criminal activity. Racketeering predicates are related if they have the same or similar purposes, results, participants, victims, or methods of commission, or otherwise are interrelated by distinguishing characteristics and are not isolated events. Ooh. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Furthermore, the degree in which these factors establish a pattern may depend on the degree of proximity or any similarities in goals or methodology or the number of repetitions. Sounds to me like they've been killing each other for a while, right? They got 10 years of racketeering activity, guys. So, okay, that's enough for that. So, before I break this thing down and we actually read the actual indictment, you guys got to understand that the way RICO cases go is they're extremely difficult to, as you guys know. So, I used to be an agent with Homeland Security Investigations. I've been involved in RICO cases before. And the thing with RICO cases is they're very difficult to get approved. You have to basically go and submit your case to the Department of Justice to get approved as a RICO case. Now, even though it's difficult to make your case a RICO case, the reason why you make your case a RICO case is because a couple of reasons. Number one, you're going to get more resources. Number two, it's going to be made a priority at the U.S. Attorney's Office to prosecute. Number three, you're probably going to get more funding. And then number four, it's going to be easier to prosecute. So you do all the work on the front end, making the case and designate it as a RICO case, so that when you actually do indict these guys, they're fucking done. Okay? Say that one more time for y'all so you understand, because people think RICO cases are easy. No. For the agent, it's very difficult to put a RICO case together. But once you get your case approved as a RICO case, guess what? Now you and your prosecutor you guys are smooth sailing from there, because all you need to establish now is that they're a criminal organization and they're committing crimes to further the criminal organization standing, and there's a pattern of racketeering activity. And right now, what Old Block did, killing people, doing all this reckless shit, etc., racketeering activity, baby. The music, they're boosting their level with the music, money, etc. And I will say this too. This was definitely a paid hit. Okay, and I'll talk more about that after. But you don't need much once you get your case designated as a RICO case to prosecute it, because all you need to do now is to establish that they're committing crimes in furtherance of the organization, and then it's done. So let's see what the likes are at right now, and we're going to start reading this criminal complaint. This might be the longest fetid case I've ever done, but we have to go over a decade of crime to get here, so that you guys can see the gravity of what's going on here. I need 100 more likes, guys. We got 3,500 live viewers. Like the video. It's 11:30 p.m. at night right now, Miami time. You guys could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. I'm missing out on a date on a chick, but it is what it is. I love y'all. Bros before hoes, right? As they would say, right? Is that the saying? Yeah, guys, like the video, man. Give me to if I could get 100% engagement, it would be awesome if y'all could help me get to 3,500, bro. You know what I'm saying? This took a lot of research. A lot of time, a lot of listening to music, analyze lyrics for you guys. Thankfully, I'm a fan of the music, so it's easier to put this together. But if I had not been a fan, I ain't gonna lie to you, this would have been tough. And shout out to my boy Trap Lord Ross, man. I'm gonna link his video below as well. After I put this thing up, I'm gonna put the timestamps. I'm gonna link the video below and put his channel there. Fantastic fucking documentary that he made. So let's see here. What are the likes at? We're at guys, 100 more likes, goddammit. We're at 3,200. Get me to 33, and we gonna do this goddamn indictment, baby. Because I got it right here. And I got a bonus for you. I got a status report, too, that we could look at. So what are we at? We got 3,500 of you guys in here. 3,490 to be exact. Like the video. It's not that hard. A lot of work goes into these things. I've been on air right now for 3 hours and 18 minutes, god damn it. All right, we're at 3.3. Okay. Let's do it, baby. So here's the indictment, guys. All right. Let me enlarge this bad boy for y'all. That good? All right. Nice and big, right? United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. Okay, United States of America versus Charles Liggins, a.k.a. C. Murda, Kenneth Robertson, a.k.a. Kenny, and Kenny Mac to Carlos Alfred, aka Los, Christopher Thomas, aka C-Thang, and Marcus Smart, aka Muwap, aka he's not so smart. He's the one that decided to fucking get those duck sneakers and put them on the internet. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. For violations of 18 USC, 1959, 1959 A1, 1959 A3, 1959 A5, 924 C, and then 924 J. And this is the case number right here, guys. This is because it's criminal now because it's been indicted, okay? And just so y'all know, what is an indictment? An indictment is a formal charge by a grand jury. A grand jury gets together, FBI agent goes in, or DEA agent, HSI agent, whatever it is. I've testified in front of them, like 100 grand juries. You go in there, you talk about your case, you present your case, and then, you know, they return a true bill or not. And 9 out of 10 times they return a true bill because when the feds come, they come with everything, baby. So let's read through this indictment, okay? Count 1, the grand jury 2020 charges that at times material to this indictment, the defendants and others, known and unknown, were members and associates of the Old Black Street Gang, a criminal organization whose members and associates engaged in acts of violence, including but not limited to acts involving murder and assault, and which operated on the south side of Chicago in the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, and elsewhere. The Old Black Gang, including its leadership, membership, and associates, constituted an enterprise as defined in Title 18 U.S. Code, which I showed you guys before. What is defined as an enterprise? We discussed that before. It's loosely, basically, it's a loose term for an organization that operates together. That is a group of individuals associated, in fact, which engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce. Okay, so I know you guys are probably wondering, well, Myron, what the fuck is foreign commerce? What the hell are you talking about, bro? What? Okay, guys, foreign commerce is simple. You can affect interstate commerce just by being on the internet. Them doing all the stupid shit they did on social media triggered interstate commerce. Done. Remember I talked about the Pooh Shiesty case? A big reason why, a big part of the reason why that case was federal, guys, was because he robbed a person that was selling sneakers on the internet, and they had set everything up through the internet to do that sneaker deal, which he robbed them. And that guy was running a business which what? Affects interstate commerce. It's that fucking easy, guys. Whew. And then you got the feds at your front door. Next thing you know, it's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's FBI, open up! All right. So the Old Black Enterprise constituted an ongoing organization whose members function as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objectives of the enterprise. The purpose of the enterprise included, but were not limited to, the following: acquiring, preserving, and protecting power, territory, operations, and proceeds of the enterprise through the use of threats, intimidation, and violence, including but not limited to murder and other acts of violence, and the illegal trafficking in controlled substances. Oh, remember when they were on Instagram, guys? Yeah, that whole thing. When they were selling that weed, that Reggie, or whatever they were selling there, boom. That's considered racketeering, guys. Promoting and enhancing the enterprise and its members and associate activities, including by publicly claiming responsibility for acts of violence committed by the enterprise and taunting rival gang members, guys. Remember all those songs? All those music videos talking shit? Oh, smoke, 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 ba-da-da. Obviously, the First Amendment applies. You have a freedom of speech, and you have you're protected to make your music without any type of issues. But when you're making music that can be independently corroborated to criminal acts, that's when you run into issues. Because the music, they can't use the music against you, but they can use the music as a guide. I'm going to say that one more time for you guys, bro, out here, man. Please listen. They can't use the music against you, but what they can do is use that music as a fucking compass, aka a guide, to know where to fucking look. Increasing the status of the enterprise through the use of social media platforms and music, and taking steps designated to prevent law enforcement detection of the enterprise's criminal activities. Okay. At times relevant to this indictment, O Block, through its leadership, membership, and associates, engage in racketeering activity as defined in Title 18 United States Code, and we know the statute there, right? Acts involving murder in violation of the state of Illinois, and offenses involving narcotics trafficking in violation of Title 21 United States Code sections 841 and 846. 841, guys, is the possession with intent to distribute, and then 846 is conspiracy. Okay, I know that from years of doing drug investigation as an agent myself. And Title 21 is the Controlled Substances Act in the U.S. Code. On or about August 4, 2020, at Chicago in the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, the 5 individuals, defendants herein for the purpose of maintaining an increasing position in O Block, an enterprise engaged in racketeering activity, did knowingly commit the murder of Carlton Weekly, a.k.a. FBG Duck, in violation of the laws of the state of Illinois. And then these are the murder statutes for the state of Illinois, by the way. RICO can only attach, guys, the crimes have to have a state statute to it. That's why they always have to do that. If you guys watch the Casanova case, they cited the New York law to the criminal activities that they did for the mere crime, because there's typically a state and a federal version. In violation of the Title 18 United States Code section 1959 and 2, count 2, the special grand jury, the special January 2020 grand jury further alert charges on or about August 4, 2020 at Chicago in the Northern District of Illinois. The 5 individuals, defendants herein knowingly used, carried, brandished, and discharged a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence for which defendants may be prosecuted in a court of the United States, namely the murder of Carlton Weekly, aka FBG Duck, in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code 1959 as charged in count 1 of this indictment, and in the course of committing such offense in violation of Title 18 United States Code 924C. 924C, remember that one, guys? That's what they hate Pooh Shiesty with. That's what he pled guilty to. Okay? Charles Liggins, a.k.a. C. Murder, and they mention all of them, right? Defendants herein did cause the death of Carlton Weekly through the use of such firearm, which killing was murder as defined in Title 18 United States Code 1111A. And guys, normally the feds can't charge murder. The state normally does it. The feds typically need some other crime to attach to be able to do a 111 charge. Okay? In violation of Title 18 United States Code section 924J1, count 3, paragraphs 1 through 5 of count 1 are realleged here on or about August 4, 2020 at the Chicago in the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division. Defendants herein for the purpose of maintaining an increasing position in O Block, an enterprise engaged in racketeering activity, did knowingly conspire to murder Carlton Weekly, FBG Duck, in violation of the laws of state of Illinois, in violation of Title 18 United States Code section 1959. Count 4. So they got him with conspiracy as well. That's going to be easy to illustrate because remember, guys, they all ran in and got in cars together, etc. And, went over there together in 2 different cars. Count 4. The special January 2020 grand jury further alleges paragraphs 1 through 5 paragraphs 1 through 5 of count 1 are realleged here on or about August 4th, 2020 at the Chicago and Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division. They have to do this every time, by the way, guys, to reestablish the venue. This is why they keep repeating it like that, and they put the venue, their names. Defendants, for the purpose of maintaining increasing position in O Block, an enterprise engaged in racketeering activity. See, they have to keep repeating that, guys, to establish, that they are an enterprise, etc. Did knowingly commit assault with a dangerous weapon upon an individual, namely victim 1, in violation of the laws of the state of Illinois. So this is probably his girlfriend. All right. Count 5. Let's see here if this is a repeat. Probably victim 2. Let's see here. Oh, they're hitting them again. Okay. Oh, fuck. Yo, these niggas are done, bro. Wow. Okay. Count 5. The special grand jury further charges on or about August 4, 2020 at Chicago and Northern District, Illinois, Eastern Division. These 5 defendants herein knowingly used, carried, brandished, and discharged a fire during and in relation to a crime of violence for which defendants may be prosecuted in the court of the United States, namely an assault with a dangerous weapon upon an individual in violation of Title 18. Is charged for count 4 of this indictment. So, guys, see how they did it for Duck, and now the second victim they're getting hit with the second victim, same charges again. Okay, so they're getting hit with the double whammy. Each person brings their own charges, each victim. Okay? Oh, man. So count 6, paragraphs 1 through 5 of the count are realleged here on or about August 4, 2020, Northern District, Eastern Illinois. We know that. For the purpose of increasing and maintaining position in O Block, did knowingly commit assault with a dangerous weapon upon an individual, namely victim 2. Remember the guy that got seriously injured? I think that was Duck's friend, in violation of laws of the state of Illinois. Count 7. At this point, guys, this is, oh my God. Bro, they just keep getting hit with the charges, bro. Like literally.
Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one.
On or about August 4, 2020, at Chicago, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. These 5 defendants here knowingly used, carried, brandished, and discharged a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence for which defendants may be prosecuted in court of the United States, namely an assault with a dangerous weapon upon an individual in violation of Title 18, United States Code 1959, is charged in count 6 of this indictment. Notice of special findings. The allegations set forth in count 1 are incorporated here. The defendants were 18 years of age or older at the time of the offense, okay? Which, by the way, guys, the feds almost never go after juveniles. B, intentionally participated in an act contemplating that the life of a person would be taken or intending that lethal force would be used in connection with a person other than one of the participants in the offense, and the victim died as a direct result of the act. C, intentionally and specifically engaged in an act of violence knowing that the act created a grave risk of death to a person or other than one of the participants in the offense, such as the participation in the act constituted a reckless disregard for human life and the victim died as a direct result of the act. In the commission of the offense, knowingly created a grave risk of death to one or more persons in addition to the victim of the offense. Committed the offense after the substantial planning and premeditation to cause the death of a person. Oh, Lord. True bill. They took the person's name out, obviously, for privacy reasons. And, yeah. This is not good, guys. This is a big fucking holy shit, man. All right, but wait, there's more. Status report. Joint status report by its attorney, John Lausch, Jr., United States Attorney for North District of Illinois, respectfully submits this joint status report pursuant to the court's order dated October 14th, 2021. Summary of the charges. Oh, man. Guys, like the video. Read this bad boy. On September 30th, 2021, defendants Charles Liggins, Kenneth Robertson, etc. I'm just going to say the defendants were charged in a 7-count indictment with murder and aid of racketeering activities in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1959, using, carrying, brandishing, and discharging a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence, namely murder and aid of racketeering activities and causing the death of a person through the use of a firearm in violation of Title 18 United States Code 924J1, conspiracy to commit murder and aid of racketeering activities in violation of Title 18 United States Code 1959, assault with a deadly weapon and aid of racketeering activities in violation of Title United States Code 1959A3, counts 4 and 6, and using, carrying, brandishing, and discharging a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence, namely assault with a deadly weapon. Okay. Procedural history and progress of discovery. Defendants were arraigned on the same day and have since been remanded into federal custody. Okay. Robertson, who was previously in the custody of Cook County Department of Corrections, was arraigned on October 29, 2021, and has since been remanded into federal custody. New counsel entered an appearance for defendant Smart on November 1st, 2021. The government made an initial discovery production on October 28, 2021. So what this means, guys, is the government provided discovery. Discovery, guys, is when the government provides the evidence that they have to the defense, okay? And this is not looking good. The discovery production spans approximately 48 media discs and 1 thumb drive consisting of FBI investigative reports from Chicago Police Department, the defendant's criminal histories, and other relevant criminal histories, surveillance footage, Chicago Police Department body-worn camera footage, search warrant returns, and the defendant's statements. Holy fuck. Guys, let me tell you something. When I used to turn Discovery over and I had someone dead to rights, you know how many discs I handed them? Maybe 2 or 3. And I knew they were cooked. 2 to 3. These guys have 48 fucking media discs and a thumb drive. They have 48 media discs and 1 thumb drive that has the reports from the FBI. They have all the Chicago Police Department reports. That 10 years of murder, they got all that shit. The defendant's criminal histories, other relevant criminal histories, surveillance footage, Chicago Police Department body-worn camera footage, search warrant returns, and the defendant's statements. And those search warrants, by the way, for you guys, are from the phones. Muab's phone, Ligon's phone, all their phones. Their Instagram accounts, everything. Search warrants. Guys, when I was an agent, I would pass in 2, 3, maybe 4 CDs. They were cooked. These guys have 48 CDs and a fucking thumb drive. The government also has additional discovery materials to produce and is working to get those discovery items to defendants' counsel. But wait, there's more. Due to the volume of discovery materials, the government will continue to produce some discovery items on a rolling basis. Guys, I'm going to continue to listen to King Von's music, and Durk, but these guys are done. They're fucking done, bro. Like, they're fucking done, man. I remember I had an OCDF case, Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force, which was a really big drug case, man. On that case, I had maybe, we identified like maybe 60 people involved in a big conspiracy, and we ended up arresting a bunch of them. I think for that case, I had maybe 30 plus discs. You know what I'm saying? 30, 40 discs. Bro, these guys have 48 media discs and a thumb drive, and they still have more to give. Oh, man. The defense will need significant amount of time to review the discovery materials that the government has tendered and will continue to tender. Because remember, guys, the investigation is still active. They're going to still continue to gather evidence. And if there's people talking, I guarantee you there's guys talking. So they're going to keep getting evidence. Further, the undersigned has not yet received a decision from the capital case section on whether or not to seek the death penalty if any defendant is convicted on count 1 or count 2 of the indictment. And when they say capital case section, that's from Department of Justice in D.C. On October 26, 2021, the court entered an order staying pretrial motion filing deadlines until the government has made a decision as to whether or not to seek the death penalty. Because defendants are still reviewing the discovery and will need a significant amount of time to do so, the parties requested the court set a status date in approximately 90 days to allow defendants to continue to review the discovery and confer about the case with their counsel. Defendants agree to exclude time. The defense agreed to exclude time under the Speedy Trial Act through the next court date in the interest of justice to continue reviewing discovery. The government conferred with counsel of record for the defendants in drafting this joint status report, and counsel for defendants agree to the submission of this joint status report. Guys. Woo! I don't know. All right. Let's get into predictions. Y'all saw the decade plus of violence between the two gangs. The Chicago Police Department obviously had a rolling file on these guys for the better part of a decade. The FBI joined in, and obviously Duck's killing in the big, in the area that he was killed in, obviously added a bit of exigency to the case and gave the FBI what they needed to make the case federal. And this is what I think, guys, personally. I think, well, not even I think, I know for a fact if King Von was alive, he would be in custody with these guys right now. That's a fact. This was a paid hit. You are not. Anyone that does hits or whatever it is, because I've done murder for hire cases, etc. The last thing you want to do is do a hit in broad fucking daylight in an area that has high public it's saturated with people. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want witnesses, guys. And here's the thing. Duck lives in Chicago. They could have caught him at any other time, bro. The fact that Duck was in the Gold Coast shopping and and old black guys rushed out of the fucking the Parkway Gardens, jumped in the car, running down the stairs, speeding, running red lights, getting caught on several different video cameras, not giving a fuck and making sure this hit got done, tells me they were paid to do it. Not only were they paid to do it, they had a deep hatred for Duck. You guys saw the song, Dead Bitches. I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys to go look at Dead Bitches, listen to Dead Bitches, watch the music video, and then I want you guys to listen to Computers-Wooski. You guys are going to see why O-Block hated those two guys so much and wanted them dead. Why they shot up a funeral, a public funeral, guys. All right? And they almost killed Wooski. They shot him in the head. He survived. And then King Von went and made a song about it after. That song was a banger, by the way. But he made a song about it after. Crazy. The hatred between these two is I can't even comprehend it. So what I think is this. Von would have been indicted by these guys. But what I personally think, the FBI wants Durk, guys. That's what I think. Personally, I think the FBI wants Durk. Chief Keef got the fuck out of there. Smart. You know what I'm saying? He's wanted by Chicago PD anyway. But I think they want Durk. I would not be surprised if they're not running Durk's financials. Of course, this is me speculating, right? This is me like putting on my agent hat. I would not be surprised if they're not looking at everyone's bank accounts, looking at wire transfers. If they didn't already identify a wire transfer before between, Von and these other guys, or maybe a cash payment or whatever it is, or they had an informant involved. I guarantee there's an informant involved somewhere that knew what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they want Durk, guys. I honestly think they want Durk. Are they going to get him? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? He has the money to get a good legal team, and fight it. He unfollowed Muwap from Instagram, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. He unfollowed Muwap, which is a very intelligent move. But they want Durk, bro. They want Durk. And they're gonna use that Atlanta case against him, right? They're gonna try to spin it into a federal case because now they can establish that there's criminal activity going on in Atlanta because Durk lives in Atlanta. Von lives in Atlanta or lived in Atlanta. Rest in peace. And then they're gonna try to say that he's calling the shots from Atlanta and the criminal activity is occurring in Chicago. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna paint Durk as the top guy, Von is the underboss, and then everybody else is the hitters. You know what I'm saying? And Von has and Durk has a lot of songs where he talks about paying for hits, all this other stuff. They could be music or whatever. But what did I tell y'all before? The music is gonna allow the feds to know where to look. The music is the compass. So, and I'm not saying that to scare any of y'all or be a downbeat downer or whatever it is, but I would be shocked if the FBI did not have an open investigation against Durk and OTF. I would be shocked because of all the violence that's come between the two factions. And to get rid of you got to cut, what do they say? You got to cut the snake off at the head to kill everything else. And I know that I know how the FBI operates, baby. What I tell y'all, I told you the feds are clout chasers. I told y'all this. I told y'all. Hell, when I was an agent, we were going after the top guys every single time. The feds don't get involved unless it's going to be a big case and you can get the people a lot of time and you can go after big name targets. All right. So I'd be shocked if FBI Chicago did not have an open file title against Durk, or if Durk wasn't on this case that they already have open right now. I'd be shocked if they didn't have have him as a target on the case. Absolutely shocked, given how close Durk was to Vaughn, and how, you know what I'm saying, like that he probably was using Vaughn. Again, my speculation. Vaughn could have been a conduit to speak directly to the old block guys to carry out hits. That's how the FBI might spin it, or the prosecution office. So if you guys got questions, super chat them in. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. This is a 4-hour stream. God damn. Someone's saying Durk is an informant. I don't think so. I don't think Durk is telling. I don't think Durk is telling. But I'll tell you guys this: if Vaughn were alive right now, he would be in prison with these dudes. He probably would have been involved in a hit. Knowing him, he probably would have been involved in a hit, man. You know what I'm saying? They had a deep hatred for Duck, bro. Deep hatred. But if y'all got any questions, super chat them in. I'm gonna see here if I missed any super chats. Okay, we got let's see here. You think that's why Durk married India? She can't testify against him? Good question, and that's from Kevin. Yo, you know, I will tell you this, Kevin. That's true. There is a you cannot force a spouse to testify against another. So that I mean they did kind of have a shotgun wedding. I ain't gonna lie. They did kind of have a shotgun wedding. That could be a potential reason for it. And then all the moves that Durk took to protect himself and insulate him from the murder was also very suspicious. You know, making sure that I'm in California and distancing himself from it and everything else like that, which is smart. You know, I guarantee you his attorney probably told him to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? His attorney probably told him, "Hey, bro, this is not a good look. Your homeboys just got him. Your top op just got killed. You need to make sure that people don't know, don't think that you're it. You need to tell them where the hell you're at." So that was probably a chess move from his defense attorney. Ryan Mbeza, $2. Thank you so much. We got Eric Quinn. How long were you an agent? What exactly did you do? What department did you work in? Okay. I was a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations, guys. I became an agent in 2013. Okay. I was an intern from 2010 to 2013, and then I became an agent in 2013, and then I got stationed in Laredo, Texas. I started my career there. I got there in 2014. I stayed there until 2018 for about 4 years, and then I transferred to the Miami field office, where I started the podcast and my YouTube channel while simultaneously working as an agent. Yes, hilarious. I was doing YouTube videos and arresting people during the day, doing YouTube videos at night, right? And I did that for a bit, and then they didn't like my YouTube channel. You know, they brought me in. Hey, this isn't appropriate, blah blah blah. And I kind of was put in a position where I had to pick, and I decided, you know, I'm going to bet on myself, and I decided to go with the YouTube and the podcast, and it ended up working out great. And you know, I resigned in December of 2020. I have nothing bad to say about the agency. It was a fantastic career. I think about it every day, man. I fucking miss it. But yeah, and I did these types of investigations. I did gang investigations. I did Mexican cartel investigations, violent crime, drugs, human smuggling, human trafficking. I did all that stuff. So that's what I did. And HSI works very similar to the FBI, guys. Very similar. So basically, we do the same exact crimes, and we all use the same court system. It's all the same federal court system. Isaac J. Smooth, salute to you, Myra. Please get Fast and Furious on soon. P.S. Sorry you missed the box. LOL. Hit the damn like button. No worries, man. I love y'all. I'll make shit happen for y'all. Could you do the R. Kelly Fed? Can you do the R. Kelly cases next, since we are talking about Chicago? Yes, I can do the R. Kelly case. I got so many cases on the list I got to do for you guys. I got to do the R. Kelly. I got to do Epstein. I got to do fucking YFN Lucci. I got to continue to give you guys updates on the K Flock case. I'm going to continue to give you guys updates on the O Block case. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep you guys up on cases as well. Let's see here. Oh yeah, and I will do Fast and Furious as well. I wrote that down. That's for those of you that are wondering. Fast and Furious was the big fuck up that the ATF did, where they let guns walk into Mexico. Predictions on Durk and attempt murder open case. Durk's gonna walk from that one. Durk's gonna walk from that case. I'm gonna break that case down for y'all, but Durk's gonna walk from that one. They don't have Durk's gonna walk away from that one, is my prediction. You said the FBI is going to start watching everyone bank statement, and Durk said in one of his recent songs, even though I'm getting money, I bought a Mac off my Zelle. I don't know what that means. I bought a Mac off myself. It doesn't matter, bro, because they can pull up they can pull up all his financials. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able, like, they're gonna you could do grand jury subpoenas and get people's financials without them even knowing it. So you got to do a video reaction critique of the FBI versus CIA episode of South Park for accuracy of their internal feuds, season 11, episode 4. I mean, it's simple, guys. FBI is a domestic intelligence agency / law enforcement. The CIA is a international intelligence agency. The CIA has no jurisdiction in the United States. The FBI is a domestic intelligence agency, which is why they fight. Because sometimes, you know, CIA won't notify the FBI about what's going on, but they have an MOU now, especially after 9/11, where any intelligence, any stuff going on in the United States, the FBI takes a hold of. So if you got a spy or counter-espionage, any of that other shit, FBI must be notified. Or terrorism, FBI must be notified. But international, it's CIA all day. FBI needs to deal with CIA to do it. Let's see here. What else do we got? Candace M. When are you covering the surviving Pogson case? Eventually that one will come out. Young Dolph, I will do the Dolph case, guys. I'm currently still gathering documents for it. Shout out to Christina, she's helping me with it. But that case is still active, guys. So, and it's a state case, and it's a pain in the ass to get state cases, as you guys know. But I will do Dolph. Don't worry. Straight drop fucked up on that one, big time. Let's see here. So yeah, guys, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Can you make a video on the pros and cons about working for law enforcement side of the federal government? You can make the career field look very cool. Absolutely, I can. I can do that for y'all. I can. You know what? I need to do that. I need to break down every agency, what it's like to work for them. I could do that for y'all. Can you please do Tory and Meg case? Tory innocent. Yes. Christina is getting the court documents for that. Shout out to Christina. Help me out with that. What % of law enforcement has integrity versus power and control driven? Kona Kyle. Yo, guys, I would say like 95%, 98% of law enforcement has integrity, guys. Trust me. Like, these background checks are no fucking joke, especially with the feds. No fucking joke, bro. Polygraphs, all that shit. Anyone that's been through a police background check understands how fucking stringent it is. Let's see here. Let's see. Anything else? Yes, I will do Epstein. Camino kill. Don't worry. I will do Epstein. That one's gonna take time though. I'm after that case went for like 20 years, god damn it. Shout out to Christina. Yep, for sure. All right. I think we've been going for almost 4 hours. Guys, I think this is gonna be the end here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think we're at 3.3K likes. We're down to 3.3K viewers. So for y'all that stuck it out with me, shout out to you guys. Hush Puppy case. Yes, I will do the Hush Puppy case. He's they got him dead to rights, bro. Jesus, man. Yeah, I read the Hush Puppy case. I'm very familiar with it, so I got you. I could do the Hush Puppy case. And I will do, yeah, I see Omni and a Hellcat. Got y'all. I could do that one too. I gave a quick little summary on it. Nick Hinson, check the channel. I did a quick little, like, there's a clip of it where I like gave a very, quick summary of it. But I will do a thorough breakdown for the Omni case. But the thing with the Omni case is he's gonna have to beat that money laundering charge, because that's what's gonna give him the most time. He's got to beat the piracy charge that they're hitting him with. Essentially, that's what he's got to beat. If he beats that, then he can beat the money laundering charge, because money laundering needs a specified unlawful activity. But I break it down. Go watch the video, and I'm gonna do a breakdown of that video all the way. Man, Laredo Myron, you got to put in shit early. Mad respect. Yeah, bro. I was doing crazy shit when I was in Laredo, man. I was doing a lot of big cases. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support, man. Love the flame emojis. I hope you guys really enjoyed that show, that pod. We went for almost 4 goddamn hours. I didn't realize it was going to take that long. But, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to my man, Trap Lure Ross. I'm going to put the link in. Subscribe to the channel, guys. And then, can you do Coach to Ghost case? Absolutely, I'm going to do Coach to Ghost. That's like my favorite rapper right now. I'm going to definitely do Coach to Ghost. I'm disappointed as hell. What happened, man? You guys think I'm disappointed about this King Von stuff, bro? You going to see when I do that Coach to Coast one, man. He's like my favorite rapper right now, bro. And he fucking... They got him for murder, bro. He's done. He's fuck. And they got him on a Fed case. Did y'all know that? They got him on a Fed case too. Fuck, man. They got him on a Fed gun running case. Anyway, I love you guys. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Mod Ninjas, please, one of you guys can help me out with timestamps, please. And then I'm gonna put Trap Lore stuff below. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. He made this pod even better with his amazing documentary on FBG Duck, which gave you guys an excellent view of the history. And yeah, man, I love y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Money Monday. We got a special guest in the house, by the way, as well. I'll reveal it tomorrow. And yeah, y'all are the best, man. Peace.